morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. All right, let's get started. Okay, thank you for joining me. Please excuse me for being late. Foot Soldier, thank God you're back. Foot Soldier, I hit you by mistake and I couldn't get you back in the show. And there's two different block lists and there's the one on StreamYard as well. And I couldn't get Foot Soldier back. And I said, Foot Soldier is not going to mess with me anymore. Good morning, Emma Renee. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Miss Steph 219. Good morning, Beans and Cornbread. Aim at yourself. I didn't see complaining Pam in here taking my poll. Good morning, Justnet. How did just read my book? Justnet said, hey to everyone. She cannot speak individually. She's probably getting her dogs ready for the day. I know you are, Justnet. Good morning, Pasoja. Good morning, Bougie Auntie. Love Chicken. It is always good to see you. Royal Court. It is good to see you, Queen Diva. Good morning. There she is. Speak of the devil. listening in the shower. Oh, you make me feel dirty. A few says she's listening in the shower and she's making me feel so dirty. Hey, Angela T. White, I don't hit links. Uh, Good morning, Miss 313. You guys can hear me. Yes, I see my avatar vibrating. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, good morning, Ann Collins. It's cool, thanks. Thank you, Foot Soldier. I was so glad to find you. Nova, it's good to see you. Good morning as well. The Real K Fit, good morning. See that damn poll? Hey, Southern noble man, a noble Southern man. Good morning, Miss T Velocity. Good morning, Geechee Girl. Good morning, Ronnie Q Mods and Cutie Pies. Can't speak individually, working. Have a great day, everyone. You have a great day as well. Lady Tia's t-shirts design. Good morning, Ronnie Q, and all. Catch up after I shower. Take us in the shower like a view is a view's doing. We already feel dirty because a view is a view has us in her shower. We'll join you, Lady Tia. Shit, we already wet and soapy from a view. Good morning, Juanita. Just kidding, Lady Tia. Get back with us. We'll be here. Hey, Burnley. Good morning, Ronnie Hugh, and everyone. I would like to thank you all for being here. Good morning, Terry East. Um, where do I start? Let me think. Okay, where do I start? Where do I want to start? Jay Wilson. I'm so sleepy, but don't fall out and start sleeping on us now. Okay, Fifi, I don't feel bad now and being in the tub listening. Listen, I I hope you guys have some Cobra insurance. I hope you guys have some homeowners insurance, some renters insurance, or whatever may apply, because we will not be liable if you guys drop a device in your bathing facilities and electrocute yourselves. Okay. Okay. Good morning, Fifi. Thank you for being here. Okay. So where I want to start, uh, I got not Cobra. Some people work gig jobs. Uh, and speaking of gig jobs, let's talk about Daughter Wilson. Okay. Good morning, YouTube cameras. YouTube cameras, did you go live last night? I didn't see a live for you last night. YouTube cameras, if you guys are not familiar with her, she has been really having some eventful lives as of late. And also, if you guys didn't catch my video from yesterday, um, go back and check it out. I went back to check out something on my video on my YouTube studios, and I looked and the video had blocked on there. And I was like, blocked. I was like, I didn't talk about anyone so badly that they would totally block my video. So I hit on it to see why it was blocked. And lo and behold, it was blocked for the information that I gave you about the hedge fund guys buying up single family homes and homes. I used I believe it was 60 minutes segment, and they blocked it for that. So I had to remove that segment. Unfortunately, when you remove something from your video, it also takes the chat down. But if you want the information, please, please, please go to my video and watch the video. So I do think that I do have the link to the videos that I played for you yesterday to let you know that the housing crisis is uh, going to get bigger, and they're really trying to make a renters market. And we're also going to talk about that Supreme Court decision and the implications that it may have on you living in a totalitarian state. So that decision, a lot of pundits feel is in line with achieving that Project 2025 objectives. So we're going to talk about it. Okay, so that is one of the videos that I gave you guys for yesterday about the housing crisis. I am going to drop two more videos. That's one of the more detailed videos to explain what it is. It's like maybe 10 or 11-minute video. Also, I am going to drop this video. Let me see. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, I'm also going to drop the news report that I played. I play a part of this news report about the housing shortage, that one more company has joined into buying up a big swath of houses. They're also buying up rental units in high rise buildings and large apartment complexes. So these are the links. So I want you guys to review that and see. There's a lot of dubious things going out here too. You may make the richer and make the average man not even be able to um, get a fair way into the American dream, much less build generational wealth. Okay, good morning, Very Carrie. It is good to see you. Stephanie Rhodes, it's good to see you as well. Madison W., I thank you for being here. So those are the links. I didn't drop the one that had my video blocked for I don't know how many hours. Did I say good morning, T Evans? Good morning, T Evans. So, what I want to start off talking about is daughter. Daughter, 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 daughter. Okay. Yeah, I have it. One sec. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. So, what do you guys want to talk about this morning? I'm going to talk about Jay Wilson and him continuing to be a absolute idiot. Mr. Good morning, Manny. It's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while in these parts, and it's good to see you. And just because I said I haven't seen you around in these parts, please don't go and say Ronnie Q wants me to choose sides. Ronnie Q. No, I said I haven't seen you around in these parts, and it's good to see you. Much like I said to a naughty head pepper who then start running around on YouTube and saying disparaging word things about Ronnie Q every time my name comes up in commentary. Hello, Bush baby. It's good to see you. Okay, they need to make a turban some a mouth a gag. It should be a turban should be fashioned into one of those mouth gags that you put in a mouthy heifer's mouth who's always running off at the mouth, and then it should stretch down to their naughty fingers that they like to take over to other women's houses with their children in the car to fight, and they should bind their fingers. She should be bound altogether. Oh, she was bound. She was bound in jail because of that, going over to another woman's house and refusing to show up to court. She's a silly woman, a whole silly woman who got so insulted because I said I hadn't seen her in my chat in a while, and has gone on a hissy fit. Okay, there's that. Okay. Lena Pretty Brown Eyes, it's good to see you. Jay Wilson must be working hard for that Vegas trip. Ass stayed his ass stays alive. Okay. So, uh, Jay Wilson, who, I don't want nothing to do with them people. I don't want nothing to do with them people. Jay Wilson is such a batty chatty patty that he was over there entertaining two more busybodies who sit up. And all you have to do as a consumer of this trash, it's just listen to this. Listen to what they're saying. I was so refreshed to hear Miss Olivia come up there and really get, well, I like you. Well, you know what? I really like you. Lady, I really like you. I really like you. I really like you. Okay, so Olivia was the only one who had common sense enough to go up there and give some pushback on the BS. So it was very relieving to see her do that. Okay, so Olivia went up there and let her know, no, bitch, I see you. A lot of us have seen them from the door. A lot of us have seen the foolery from the door. But then you get people, Jay Wilson had the actual audacity to say that he was the person who actually named the beef sector on top of that. Did you guys catch that? I know you guys caught that. Okay, so Jay Wilson is up there flipping his mouth to the person who was politely invited to step down from my panel. Jay Wilson is up there talking, and she is running her dick suckers 200 miles per minute. 200 miles per minute about something she does not know. And what did she deter to when she don't know anything? Oh, well, I don't have to watch. I don't have time to watch this all day. Well, shut your freaking mouth up about talking about it. Sit in the chat and learn about it. If you don't have time to watch, we don't have to hear what you have to say about something you have absolutely no idea about. See, because I am like Miss Olivia, we see each other. And we definitely see each other. While you think you see me, we see each other, ho. Okay, so then here's Jay Wilson sitting up there, taking it all in, just blinking and deferring to these people. And he had the actual gall to say, well, they wanted to name it the poor sector at one time, but I said no, I can't go for that because I'm on here and I'm beefing for dollars, and thus beefing for dollars, thus the beefing sector came about. Jay Wilson presented that lie. First of all, it was never to nobody ever suggested calling it the poor sector. Wiley suggested calling it the Section 8 sector. But he said they were talking about calling it the poor sector. But I said no, I'm beefing for dollars. And thus the beef sector came about. Can you believe that? Did you guys not hear him tell this bold-faced lie? Terry East is the only one. No, he didn't. Jay Fiston, he stays lying. Okay. Lion ass wigger. Okay, okay. Who the hell was he back then? That's that uh whatever her name is from Titanic. Child, child. Yes, he did. Hey Angie, good morning to you. So, on top of all of that, this is what he said. And hey, good morning, watching for Cloud Nine. Um, so I, almost choked when I heard him tell that lie. Good morning, Miss LA. I knew this was coming. Obviously, you see, somebody is going to be honest. YouTube camera said she knew it was coming. So it appears that YouTube camera, out of everyone in here, is the only other person who heard that. Put a one in the chat if you remember hearing Jay Wilson tell that outlandish lie, and put a two in the chat if you did listen to Jay Wilson and you must have missed that. I mean, because listening to Jay Wilson, I mean, after 10 seconds of him interrupting and over talking, I understand that your attention span may wane and everything. But I one in the chat if you heard him say that. Good morning, Room Shaker. Two in the chat. Well, I was listening, but I I can't remember hearing. Okay, of you heard him say that. Burn Lee, Love Chicken heard him say that. Miss LA, she didn't hear him say that. Okay, let me see. YouTube camera, you're saying you did not hear him say that? Okay, let me see. She says she knew it was coming. She's watching from the clouds. Oh, YouTube camera is receding to the clouds. Okay, so watching from Cloud Nine didn't hear it. Miss LA did not hear it. Burnley did. Uh, I don't watch. I don't watch his full of shit lying ass. So okay? You definitely didn't hear Miss 313. Beautiful mind, good morning. I was asking about you yesterday, just on yesterday. It is good to see you because I noticed I have not seen you around. So many lies. Vegas did not hear it. Okay, Nova did not hear it. LaShawn that Alan didn't hear it. Okay, so you guys really need to review. I can't remember which saddlebag mouthy ass hole that he was talking to. He talked to two of them, but he definitely said it. I do believe it was the one who was mad that they got kicked off the debate. Now, one of 85, what does three mean? Uh, didn't watch. Okay, three didn't watch. Thank you, Candy Cane. Okay, now I know what three means. Okay, so what else do we have? Okay. I think he coined phrase beef. I think the coin phrase beef came from Chicken Wing Gate. Y'all remember that? No, I think it was a beef I don't know. I do remember Chicken Wing Gate. Yes, I do. But I thought that it was beef sector prior to Chicken Wing Gate. So anybody else have any pinpointing moments? I know that they flat out rejected Wiley's Section 8 sector. So I knew he was going to get tracked. I didn't watch. I can't take how he talks. He says so many wrong things and shady. Thank you, YouTube. YouTube cameras, hit the link. These people don't want to talk about it. It was okay. It was just so many wrong things. Okay, I haven't been feeling well. Yes, it is always good to take a break. Then I stepped away for a second. Thank you so much, Ronnie Q. And that is a good thing. And more people need to take that sound advice. Uh, when you feel yourself like I'm going places where I do not want to be with this apparatus. Um, I, I need to cool my heels and get to being the normal person, being around sane people. So this this YouTube apparatus will not having me feeling any type of way other than entertained and something that I can turn off and turn on. Okay. I didn't watch either. Okay. A lot of you guys didn't watch. Okay. Mahogany. Good morning, Ronnie Q. Okay. What Very Carey said. It was a back and forth with Armand from what I remember. Thank you, Very Carey. uh, YouTube cameras in the back. Let YouTube cameras up right quick. And uh, we're going to talk about, um, hey, YouTube cameras, is that you?
Yes, it's me. Good morning, Ronnie Q.
Good morning. You sound, I hear an echo in the back. You have another
Oh,
device
really?
open?
Hold on. No, I thought I closed it all. Let me see. Hold on. No, it's all closed. I don't have
Okay.
anything open. Did they hear an echo?
I don't hear it anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let me do your echo cancellation. Okay,
Okay,
so
thanks.
Oh yes, somebody also brought up the shady thing that he said about that was said to him. Oh, that's better about being able to hear his. No, it's not. Okay, do you guys hear an echo behind YouTube cameras?
Maybe I'll jump down and come back.
When I talk, do you guys hear an echo in YouTube cameras? Put a one in the chat or a yes in the chat if you hear me echoing in YouTube cameras. If not, okay, they do hear it.
Oh,
Okay,
they do?
thank you.
Okay, let me drop down and come back up then, okay?
Okay,
All
okay.
right.
Everyone says yes. Miss Gina was beefing for dollars. No, Jay Wilson, he said that he was beefing. These guys who never come up with an original thought in their head. Thank you, Miss T Velocity. Thank you, everyone, for saying that you heard the echo. Okay. Miss Gina was the one who was beefing for dollars. So, yeah, go back, YouTube camera girl. Uh, who were you cursing out? At, all I heard was aren't you 80 years old? Everything else got lost in translation. Um, I think that have been the certified but not verified. I think that was that clown. Okay, let me put a banner back up. Okay, YouTube cameras.
Hey, is it any better?
No,
Really?
no, I still hear it. You have your YouTube tab, the volume on your YouTube tab on.
Uh, Hold on. I don't think so, because I think I exited out of YouTube. Let me check
It doesn't
again.
sound like it because I definitely hear the echo.
I wonder why.
Blah 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 blah
Mm,
blah. Yep, still
mm.
echoing.
Okay, so maybe I just need to use. I might sound low. Okay, so maybe I just need to not use this ear. Hold on. I changed the earbud.
So you think it's
It
your
might be
ear?
dying. Is it any better?
I don't hear you at all now.
You
Can
don't
you say
hear
something?
me?
Okay, let
You
me
don't
see if I
hear?
hear.
Do you hear me?
I hear. Yes, I hear you. Let me see if I hear
Okay.
the echo. I hear you, and I do not hear the echo. Okay,
Okay,
that.
maybe that one was dying.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
these earbuds. Okay, I think
Hmm.
maybe it was dying.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Now, so you say you did not hear him say that he
That particular one, no.
Yeah, so he definitely did that. I think it was with um, the woman who says that she is the woman who said that she is pro black people, but was caught saying that she didn't want to live in a neighborhood around black men and women because she would not feel safe. I think it was when he was on the line with her. Do you know which one that is?
Yes, I know which I know which one that is. Okay, he had two. She was first, and then he did a second one, and it was another lady who is ops to the first lady
Hmm.
that was on your
Right.
panel, right? So it might have been there. That one I haven't finished watching the replay.
Okay, it might. I don't know. It was one of the. It was one or the other, and for some reason, I thought it was the jilted one who couldn't, who
He
couldn't
set her
complete
up.
an argument. I, I
He set
don't
her
think it was.
up.
I don't think he set her up. It seems like she was allowed to just talk. Where was the setup? Where do you think the setup
Let
was?
me tell you, because he was very shady, and he asked the questions that I knew were gonna get her dragged or get her, not in a favorable thing. I mean, granted, I think that she might, not be afraid or want the beef, but I was like, he basically used her for content, but then in doing so, kind of set her up in where she might possibly get dragged.
But okay, so she I thought that the other one put herself in a more draggable position. The non-binary mate who, oh, people start coming over here, and I really don't know who it was who started coming over here first, and then two sentences later, non-binary start coming over here first. He was the first one over here. All you have to do is listen to these shape shifting women who are lying back and forth and back. And all the while, Jay Wilson is sitting up there like the chatty patty he is, actually thinking, oh, I like you. Oh, is that what happened? You seem like a nice young lady, and thinking he is doing the damn thing and just getting lied to his face. And he is not even astute enough to stop them and say, wait a minute, you just said this. Well, how are you saying the opposite right now? It was just a hot mess.
Ronnie Q, you almost caused me to spit out my coffee. Ronnie Q, it was so shady and so bad. I was laughing and trying to keep record of all of the shady and misinformation he was putting on out there.
Well, so what
Uh,
did you
huh?
So, uh, can you give us a short? Oh, you got your paper. I have paper. She's
I,
got
I talked about this
paper.
already. I took most. I had already gone.
Oh,
I went live around 5 yesterday, and I had like so many notes. I was writing down all the stuff he said. All the stuff he said, Ronnie Q. Do you want to hear all of
okay.
the stuff he
Wait,
said?
let me give an intro. Let me give my intro. You two cameras. She's got papers. Oh, pass her. Go ahead. You did 5 p.m. or 5 a.m. yesterday.
PM.
Okay, I was looking for you late last night, so that's why I didn't see you.
Oh,
Okay,
I
tell
was
us what you
tired.
got.
I was cussing. I needed to go sit in a corner. Dominique was asking me who I was dragging. It was Miss Diva one. It was not Miss T Velocity's sister Diva because I watched Miss T Velocity's replay and somebody had
Oh,
asked that. I know it was Miss Diva
thank
one.
God you were Dragon Diva 1.
Yeah.
Oh, I am so pleased with that. I am so happy. Wasn't she on the panel with you and No, she was on Sincere Said's panel.
Dingo. Ding ding
And
ding ding ding.
she
Yep.
got on my everlasting last nerve, as usual.
Yes.
as usual.
Yeah,
The shit that was sassy, sassy. Let me hush. I just and never said a full sentence with all this and I tell my kids, bitch, shut the fuck up. You
that's what
have
I said.
to add to the conversation, but kept interjecting to make these old motherfucking Negro ass uh call sounds. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Why was she
Yeah.
on the fucking panel? Oh,
Yeah, I don't. She was there stirring and engaging in the stuff, and then had the audacity. When I dropped down and said, "Sassy, please come down and leave these people to continue to form their narratives." Do you know that Heifer told me to come hit the panel, and I'm like, "What the heck am I hitting the panel for?" Like, shut the. I told her to. I think I said STFU, if I'm not mistaken. So I already knew that was it for me. I knew I was gonna drag her stupid ass. I was gonna wait a little bit, but I just couldn't.
yeah. So she got on my last nerves. And what did? Okay, we're gonna start with Jay Wilson. If we got time, we're gonna do Diva Girl
Yes,
because she deserved it. And oh my god,
yeah, she did. Okay, so but I said that he pumped her for information, right? Because he acted like he didn't know what was going on. He started, he asked her, what brought you to the beef? He still probably wouldn't even be able to say her name. Okay, that's just how he is. He said, "What brought you to the beef sector and all of this stuff?" Right? Thereby, she answered questions that could possibly, leave open thing for her to get dragged, right? And he
hmm
proceeded to school her about the OGs, right? And he didn't mention half of the OGs, right? In fact, he did mention, I want to say 60% of the OGs. At some
right.
point, Gigi Darling was up there with him, and I mean, he like completely disregarded her, and then he was like, that now there's all this new beef sector people that they're not talented, right? He said that the new beef sector people are not talented, that they're basically missionaries that like go and that they have missionaries that go and carry out activities or carry out jobs or whatever. He said there I can't tell if he's talking about, if he's lumping everyone beef sector 2.0. He said beef sector affiliates, beef sector adjacent. He said lemon is not beef sector. He said Ness is not beef sector. He said all these people that have panels, that's not original beef sector. I mean, he was shady as heck. Okay.
He
uh
definitely was. And what as he sat up there and did what? A panel. As he sat up there and did a
Exactly.
panel.
That's what I said. I'm like, duh, you have a panel right there. These people don't plan out to have a panel. People hit the link because they want to add to the commentary or they have questions. People, you do your morning show. You don't come out saying, hey, as soon as you come here, hit the link, right? Then that would be you plan on a panel. You come and you do your show. And when people hit the link to add to the story because you want them to answer a question, then they hit the link. That's not a panel show, right? So he's basically like talking down and saying that these people are not, like OGs. The beef sector, is different. It's not like it used to be, and all of this stuff, right? Talking about it's a waste of talent, and like the people are fighting now, and they have made it about straight men fighting gay men. He said that,
Right.
right? He
Now,
said that.
I remember when that Creole lady was up there, she
Hmm.
started naming off more people, and then the chat did stop her. It said, let her do her because she was up there. You heard her.
She was typing. Yeah, she was looking it up. She was
Uh-huh.
looking up as they
I,
were saying
I
the
just
name.
I just subscribed to them. I just subscribed to them. And I was like, girl, and
Remember?
now allegedly, I don't know how people, start fielding information, but for some, birdies was flying around crazy yesterday. It was kind of like the same way when Motney came on the scene, and all of a sudden a video drops with all the scandalous, salacious things that he said about hating black people. Kind of yesterday, it was so many birds flying around, and this person
Oh,
who didn't want to do her own homework about the B sector, and who was, typing it down like she was taking shorthand. Surely, if she is high, matriculated through college, she cheated her way through. So all of a sudden, she didn't want to do her homework. She's typing like a fool. But it's my understanding that she may not like to do her job. She may like to just sit on her ass. And when she's supposed to be actually doing her job, even if she, let's say she had to give information to other people, she wouldn't
Mm.
even do that. If that's what she was paid to do, is to forelay information to, you know, you know, minds that are there to get information. She wouldn't even do that because she was what? Too busy on YouTube. So it did not surprise me that she was sitting up here just collecting all of this information, expecting the information to be given to her. She's a lazy whore. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like she when Creole Butterfly, when she started asking, well, do you know Ronnie Q, do you know Breed? Or like it started saying, yeah, that's when the people were like, you know what, why don't you let her, well, she asked, can your moms drop the links to the content creators that you're mentioning? And he said no. He said no. He said no, that they can only drop his link. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
She actually started asking tight ass Jay Wilson for his mods to drop the link of people she should know. The people you should know is the way you get to know the people you should know is the way everyone else did. You watch Sean Bradley's video, you hear him mention mothers tit with someone, and then you go over there to see mother's
exactly.
video, and then you if you like him, you stay, and then you may hear him mention someone else, and that leads you that's how you do it. See, these all of these people over there in that sector, doing commentary about things they know absolutely nothing about, hitting links on panels and talking about things that they know absolutely nothing about, even worldly things. I mean, just inept type of people, and just running their mouths, talking all over people. Olivia got up there, and Olivia couldn't get two words out with codes ride or die chick. But
Hmm.
but all of a sudden when she was on Jay Wilson panel, no, she doesn't like him. And then Olivia, that is why I titled my video "You're Not Laughing Now." Quote Olivia the Oracle, because she was up there just lying back and forth. She was like, "Well, me and him, we're not cool anymore. This non-binary character." And then Olivia said, you sure sounded cool with him when you hit his link and was asking him a question. Well, I was just surprised that he said this one thing. And they say I laugh all the time. And then Olivia was like, "Well, you ain't laughing now. If you laugh all the time, how come you ain't laughing now?" Olivia said, bitch, who you think you fooling?" She said, "Because see, I know all of y'all from being in another sector." And she said, "You can't come up here and just tell me anything because I already know." So Olivia got her thoroughly and completely together to the point that she tried to continue to talk over Miss Olivia. And Miss Olivia, excuse me, I haven't finished my thought. See, that's another thing that they do. And then this well, it just seems like, what did she say to Olivia? It just seems like you're in your feelings and stuff, and all of these childish games. You're emotional, you're in your feelings, girl.
Hmm.
Yeah, so she was doing all of that nonsensical stuff to Olivia when Olivia caught her in her BS. What else did you see Jay Wilson do? Oh, did you hear the thing about, oh, I can't hear because your breathing machine came on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it was a lot. It was messy, it was shady, it was pumping for information. It for people who don't know them, and being on passes, like in the chat or watching in the class, they would see how they are. And I do believe that the second one, not the one that was on your panel, but the second one that you were referring to that was talking to Mr. O, I do believe that she's still cool with Cole. That's just a front.
Of
So Miss
course.
O was right about that, because she often refers to herself as his employee, right? Meaning that
Yeah,
she does stuff for him, right? And that's what everybody in the, well, most of the people in their sector, they indicate that that's the case, right?
of
So
course. It's transparent. Giggling, bumbling idiot. I mean, she is just primed to be used by somebody. And then the thing where she said that she first came through Lemon because I had seen the non-binary person over there, but now you knew exactly how people came in. And I hit his link several times. Okay, you came in and you saw Lemon, and the first thing you did was made yourself set up on his panel until you got tired. Taking over. I self me. It's all about me in a sector that you knew absolutely no one in. So you and also they asked, do you talk? They asked the star, what do we call her?
he
Star.
calls her starfish.
Well,
But
they asked this starfish if she talk to anyone behind the scene. Olivia asked her that. She said, "Oh no, I don't talk to Shaquem behind the scene." She didn't say, "Did you?" You see how she smoothly shifted that, because it was like, you can't tell
hmm
me people don't talk together behind the scenes. And Jay Wilson sitting up there chewing cornbread and sucking down sodas, ain't caught on to none of that. Well, you know what, I like you. Jay Wilson sitting over there guzzling down water, ain't catching on to any of the things, wishing he was sucking peen, ain't catching on to any of the things that are actually being said on his channel. So she said she switched it to she doesn't talk to Shakimi, and but no, then later on she came out and said that her and the non-binary person talked behind the scenes.
of
So
course, that's to be expected, because the first lady, that was the one that was on your panel, the first one that was on Jay Wilson's platform, had said that, that she's basically like a drone, like like he possibly is talking about people doing missionaries and carrying out jobs. This is what I understood that they say she does for him. So yeah, she dodged that question by mentioning Shakim, but she didn't mention Code, because then that would be a lie, right?
right. But then she wound up running her mouth so much that she said it anyway. See, that's my point. Yeah, it was just a whole level of two. And then before Jay Wilson could get done interviewing number two, the starfish, his name was already in the title of the non-binary person for content. For
Exactly.
content.
Exactly. Let me tell you how that happened, right? He was running around. He was so messy yesterday. We were seeing him in chats where we normally don't see him. Over there in their sector, we normally go, because at some point, okay, so after he ended his
Wait a
stuff
minute.
right here with
Who is him? Who you were seeing him?
Pasa,
Who is Okay, go ahead.
Pasa, after we, he pumped the, the first lady for content, right? We saw him in this the Cpre's chat. She goes live because she's the one that exposed more information, but a lot of these things we already kind of knew, but it was kind of like tackling a whole different angle, and she was really upfront. And I guess I don't know what he did that sparked that live, and lo and behold, towards the end, who dropped down in the chat? Pastor dropped down in the chat. right? We were in the clouds. Jay Dunn and I were in the clouds, and we both dropped down. Jay Dunn was like, "Look at Pasta over here, over here, coming for content, right?" Because we don't normally see him there.
Mm.
We
Ugh.
don't normally see him there, and that's where he got all the information before that lady could even end. That's where he got. That's how come he left her live. He left her live before her live ended because it was all about code. If you look at her title, it was all about code. I don't even know if he understood all the stuff that was said about code, and he already went live because while I was listening to her, I got his notification. Okay,
I
he was
believe.
busy yesterday.
I believe. I believe it. So, yeah, yeah, he was running around, uh, scraping the bottom of the barrel for content, and I was just like, you mean there's one before this? I just saw the last lady, the star fish first, and then I was reading somewhere, and they were talking about. I said, no, I'm like to myself, no, they got them two mixed up. That was starfish who he was with.
When you say
And then
starfish,
and then
yeah.
I realized that there was one before Starfish. So he is, oh, them people, they can't come over here. And, I like those ladies. I really like you.
Exactly.
I really like you.
Hmm.
Because you're a gullible, you're a gullible. And the same thing is going to happen. These people are so intertwined, but you are so low vibrational that the only thing you want is some people to come and put something in your ear so that you can have content. See, you're so thirsty, Jay Wilson. You're a thirst bucket that the only thing that you want is some people to bring you something. You think that you're the old bitch on the stoop that everyone's supposed to confide in so you can give your stamp of approval while they're playing in your ugly face. Okay, so what was the last thing? Miss Diva won. Tell me, so you said why? Because she was trying to be messy.
She was being messy, and it wasn't just there. Okay, I had, I had just about had enough. That was just the nail in the coffin. That last live, as she sat there, and the narrative spinning was like for I don't know 3, 4, or maybe even close to 5 hours. She stayed up there the whole time. And now there was yet another live over there in a different sector, and she went up there to go calm this drunk down from talking and spewing lies about me. She went up there and said, I'm just here to calm you down while they proceeded to try to get me to hit the link and come and talk it out. It's like, no, there's no talking it out. So I saw her then, okay? There was yet another on my panel, and then there was yet something else that she had done. So it was just, I mean, that was it. I was done.
Yeah, she's messy. Oh, she is sickening.
Very
Yeah,
messy.
yeah, and I, ugh, she does this to have plausible deniability. She will say these incomplete sentences that's loaded on the front end, and you know exactly who they're aimed against or who she's favoring. Well, let me shut up. Let me shut up. And like you should have shut up if you're not gonna say what you started out saying. You're giving hints, so it can never be said that you said X, Y, and Z. But you do
Right.
cheerlead for people on different sides in half sentences, and you're not slick by half. I'm over here doing my homework. Exactly how are you doing homework while sitting up engaged on a panel? Bitch, go sit your funky ass down somewhere and get some balls. If you want to sit up on a panel and act like you want to have an opinion, well, enunciate what this opinion is. If not, you're nothing but a scary ass, loudmouth ass bitch who hides behind others when the heat is on, who turn your back and act as if you weren't engaged, didn't see anything, you scandalous ass bitch. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that was it. I was dragging her because I noticed a pattern. I would wake up, I'll go to sleep, wake up, I'll see her yet on another panel at 3, 4 in the morning. If this is my second time waking up and I've gone to sleep and you say you're in school and you have, what are you doing in the middle of the night so late and you're working on your paper, but yet you're on the panel and you're engaging in the mess and telling part of the story or make the ad libs and all the stuff that she's doing, right, while trying to pretend like she's on one side but at the same time egging on the mess. Now being messy is, sometimes it's cool, but this is just, it's weird for her. In my opinion, this is weird. Like the way she was carrying on, she left the beef sector to go over there and then embed herself in all of their conversation and go up on the. I mean, I'm talking about she's always on their panel. She's not just in the chat. She's on the panel engaging in this kind of foolery that she does on every single panel.
Yes, just has to be heard, and then she'll interrupt people to be heard, and then when she gets the attention of the panel, she says absolutely nothing, but she lets her opinion be made and slight people. Oh, she makes me so sick. Yeah, so yeah, I don't blame you
Yeah,
for
that's why she got
getting in
cussed
that
out.
ass.
Yeah. Like over there starting narrative talking like, and then she will be, if not the one that initiates the narrative, she'll be the one to interject and like kind of like drop a little something, but without really like to saying anything, without really picking one side, without really like just to egg stuff on. And maybe when it looks like it's about, I think she likes, staying on there when it looks like it's about to be done, then she will add a little bit more. When somebody else hits the panel, then she will now like say, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I'm almost out the window. Like, then fall out the window, jump out of it. What are you doing hanging on the ledge of the window? Jump out, bitch. Jump out the
Hmm.
window.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, it's just like so much leading stuff that she does, but then she wants this plausible deniability that, oh, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. I'm just over here doing my homework. Like, she's
Yeah.
exhausting. She's exhausting. I definitely understand exactly what you're saying with her. Okay, so is there anything that I may have missed in this now, Jay Wilson, you know, let's be real clear. He is intertwined in all the commentary of all of this stuff. Now, it seems like Jay Wilson would have had enough. It seems like anytime Jay Wilson runs into people who are dubious, and he hears that there's a group of people who likes the dogs, that he would steer clear of these stories. What they called your job. Yes, but I didn't want to talk about that. Yes, but I hear news stations actually wanted to talk about that. But I digress. But so it seems like Jay Wilson would stay far away from anything regarding these topics, but he can't help himself because he's a pig for easy content. He's a pig for people coming up there saying what they want, and he has no background information, nothing to go on, just letting people just have diarrhea of the mouth on his
Yep.
channel and continue to really help them in their quest to do the things that they plan to do. But it's I know. No, 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 no. See, I was really hesitant to have that one, but hey, we're talking about the presidential debate. This is what we're talking about. Like I had said earlier, prior to MBK joining that fuck fest over there, that yeah, well, you can come on when we have topics. I talk about different topics, and when I'm talking about those topics, you could come on. But he could not
Hmm.
come on to talk about anything else with me. But when I was talking about those other topics, he was nowhere to be found. No, nowhere clicking the link because he wanted to be knee deep in bullshit and lies and mess and pontificating, acting as he is some big expert in any and everything. So yeah. Now, somebody had a prediction. Read,
What's the
read,
prediction?
Read the Heart of Philadelphia said that you can see the wheels turning. She said, and what she predicted is that pretty soon that MBK would definitely be out and Starfish would be in. So we're clear that Starfish is out here proclaiming like her and the non-binary person aren't cool, but there's all instances of uh he said that she is his. I remember early on when they were hitting, he said that she's definitely a part of the fam, like she's the number one lady in the fam and all of this type of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
Bree believes that she will be the one who is going to replace MBK. Now she's out here like dog shit in a ghetto dog park all over the place, hitting every panel, trying to be seen. See, that's their little thing. Hit panels, try to be seen, let the people hear you and get acquainted with you. So now she's like dog shit everywhere, you know. So we're in her phase of hitting panels and being everywhere. We It's the same play that all of them use, saturate people's panels and channels, and they know exactly where they can do that at, but they can't do it over here. I'm not having any of this. And the simple fact that you have to play victim to someone allowing you to be on topic because you can't do what you want on their panel. Why is it so offensive to be axed down? See, I should have cursed that bitch out and threw her down. That's what I should have did. But you were treated politely. You were asked to step down. Attributed everything in an argument with Olivia to me. Just went out and lied, played victim. See that really shows you what type of people these are. See, I can understand if I'd have, I've put people down roughly before. I told them to go fuck yourself. All of this. But to have none of this happen and you still got all this angst and you're still talking all this madness. Oh, see, because that was a concerted effort. There has been many concerted efforts to make Ronnie Q appear as if she's something that she's not. Okay, see, these are people who put themselves up to compete against Ronnie Q. Now, when Ronnie Q came back and responded in my video that I saying that this chick is the dullest crayon in the box. Okay, so let's be clear. There is no like if I'm in a chat and if I'm watching a chat, I never see anything that this non-binary person types in a chat. Why? Because he has me blocked. Okay,
Oh wow.
after I did the commentary on why that fuck bitch was exactly the fuck bitch that I wanted to let her know she was for going out here acting as if Ronnie Q had done something to her, I go through and I always leave a comment under people who comment under my videos. So why when I'm going through the video where I, let her know where she really can go with her bullshit, why do I see this under my comments? All of a sudden I
I saw that.
under my video, catching the replay. So you unblock yourself to leave a comment under my video, and I said, catch these nuts, scram.
Ronnie Q. I
Fuck out of
saw
my
that.
face. Ugh. I mean, they are such idiots. I really can't deal with them. Yeah, I really can't deal with them. Yeah. So, did I miss anything else?
No. Well, you know what? Very Carrie brought up the thing. What did you see the part where Divin and Gigi Darling got into a heated argument on Pasa's platform? Oh, they were yelling at each other.
You know what? No, excuse me. Very Carey. No, he didn't forget. He unblocked me to make the comment on because if you're blocked, you can't make a comment. He unblocked me to make the comment. Oh, maybe you can. I don't know. If I don't know if you can comment on someone's if you have them blocked. Wouldn't you have to unblock to make a comment?
I think you would have to unblock because that's not like being blocked in the chat where you can't comment. I wonder, right? It's not, that's like a personal block, which would mean what? Isn't that like a Google block? Meaning like,
Yeah.
yeah, he would have to unblock himself so you can see his comments. Yeah.
Yeah, so he wanted to be seen is the point. You He wanted to be seen. He wanted me to know that, oh, I am watching this. Like I give two fucks about you. Okay, so that's the point. Now, I did not see the diving incident, but did you see the Pizarro and Jay Wilson going at it? I really
In
have
the
to.
chat, in Rose chat.
Yes.
Yes. I loved it. I was like, please continue where he left. I'm like, where's the cousin pastor that we're going at it? Right? That she was talking about his house, that he's gonna go into foreclosure, and he was calling her all kinds of bees and hoes, and she was dragging him. And then at one point, Diet Melanin from the black sector came in and saw him, and she's like, I'm sick of his fake ass. And then she started dragging him. So it was two for one. And at some point, they were all calling him names. He was cussing. He was talking ish about Diet's husband. And Diet said, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your wayward ways. And at some point, I guess maybe Pastor had enough. And it was on a Sunday. I'm like, Pastor, why are you cussing on a Sunday? Okay.
Well, this past Sunday was one for the books because they had Miss Cruiser over there cussing on a Sunday too. Miss Cruiser, who I forgot who that was. Miss Cruiser was cussing. Oh, who was that?
Was it on my panel? I think she was cussing on my panel too. Yeah, that was on a Sunday.
Yes, the Miss Cruiser. They had Miss Cruiser.
She was mad. They pissed her off.
Oh, I forgot who Miss Cruiser was
Who the
giving
heck
it.
was she fighting with? She was fighting with okay, hold up. She argued with Sassy. She argued with Ness. Yes, it was
Ness.
about
It
the
was Ness.
Vegas trip. Yes.
It was
It was
Ness.
about
It was
the
Ness.
Vegas trip. Yep.
Ness was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, Ness got served. Miss Cruiser bore down on Ness. It was that was something else. Oh,
Yeah.
she was cussing Shakim. She cussed Shakim and Ness.
Shakim, yes, Shakim was also at some point. Shakim hit the panel. Yes, it was a lot of fight. Miss Cruiser was she was sick of it. She was done. She was over it. And yes, I think she had dropped down and then she came back.
It
Yeah, she
started
was
with
cussing.
because she was like, who the fuck I need to ask or something like that. Oh, yeah. So, uh, 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 there was something else I was about to say. Oh, okay. So, um, I meant to show this yesterday, but Sassy ran off the panel. And these were some of the things that Jay Wilson was drawing from in his read. So the Miss Obnoxious went live, just a whole silent live to show the back chat. But the only thing that she did was showed a whole lot of information, doxing information. I don't have the other screenshot where in the forward chat, Miss a hot dog put out in the chat that I need $80 to buy some food in the front chat. So you did hear Jay Wilson respond to Pizza. Oh, you begging for money to buy food? Do you remember
Food and tire. Like, yeah, he's talking about like the 60. Did he say was it 80 $60? I saw that. I didn't. I must have missed that part in Pizarro's chat
it was
and I was
it was
confused.
it was $80 for food, and then the Miss Dummy came out with a live talking about showing the back chat, and it reads, "What's going on with you, Pizza? They mad I asked for $60 because my husband called me saying he had a flat tire. Keep in mind that that's a brand new tire. Uh, he just he's just out on his work van. So I asked him to help. I asked for help. Now they trying to dog me. So you're begging. You're begging from this alleged husband. And were you rolling up? Were you coughing from taking a hit off of weed while you begging for tires and food money? I don't blame Jay Wilson for dragging your ass. And then all of a sudden, a day after that happened, what do we get? What do we get? A pop-up challenge. Let's collect some money to do a pop-up challenge. Why don't we? Oh my God. The whole clownery. The whole oh my God. These people are really, really, really some pathetic ass grifters in this sector. Why did the Miss O post the back chat? I don't know. That's her friend. That is her friend. Thank you,
I
Skillet,
wondered
for
that too.
becoming a member again. I greatly appreciate that. Why would she post a whole video where she says nothing but expose her back chat, expose her own text messages that she tries to take down real quick? See, let's be clear. That was not what she was trying to show. She swiped off of that real quick, but it doesn't matter because you're stupid. Because it was seen. You sitting up here trying to show back chat and all of this type of stuff, but stuff that you didn't want to be seen was seen. Text messages, phone numbers, all types of stuff. She sitting up there showing just a whole bumbling idiot. And then these people are just crazy. I just really can't believe how crazy they are. Moochas, you're such a moocher. You're a mooching idiot.
Did she is the video? I mean, does she still have it up? Did she realize that it had that information when she sent it out? Whatever she
It
was trying
doesn't.
to expose.
I she and what was she trying to expose? There was nothing in that video worth seeing. Everything in that video was the mistake worthy stuff is the only stuff that was worthy of seeing to show what an idiot the Miss Obnoxious really is. She called herself showing something. She showed absolutely nothing. In true the Miss Obnoxious form, she showed absolutely nothing, and everything pointed back to her. You're sitting up here. Yeah, she showed it by mistake, tried to swipe through it real quick, but it was seen. It was seen. And she's an idiot, a whole bumbling idiot. And she is definitely in the right crate. How many times can you get thrown out of place after place, get and never change your behavior? Never look within yourself to figure out, hey, maybe it's me. It's to the point where she's trying to be the number one woman over at Shakimi's channel.
Oh
And
gosh.
I'm just going to say that Shakimi has challenges. So this is where you need to feel so important somewhere that you're over on Shakimi's channel. It's pathetic. So that's all I have. Anything else that I miss? I don't care. I'm not
No, I
really
think that's it.
invested in the diving and the GG at all, because I do my best to try to ignore both of them.
No, that's it. I mean, if you want to hear anything different regarding code, go to that live that I was talking about from yesterday because there's more explanation. Because some of that information we might have heard, but the way it was explained in a different context as it applies to this organization, she really highlighted it right in that video, and
I
plus a
don't.
lot
I,
more.
I don't care about their stories. That's
Oh,
I,
okay.
I I'm
Well,
sorry. I appreciate you and I understand you know more intricate details, but hold on one second. They go back and forth. They like their organization, they don't like their organization, and then non-binary. They did these terrible doxing of me, and then I was trying to get in the organization for 3 years. I saw YouTube unlocked. Did you see YouTube no Unlocked posted a
unlocked, yeah.
video of him with all this fake crying that they had called his place of employment. Not a tear in sight, all this eye rubbing and all this stuff, trying to act as if he's wiping tears away. I was like, oh my God, these people are pathetic. The whole, and then all of a sudden, oh, I tried to join the organization for 3 years straight and they wouldn't have me. The same one that you were crying over. It's bullshit. It's all of this is really bullshit. And then you hear the weak bitch who can't converse and have an adult conversation, who doesn't like to do her job, sit up and say, well, Shakimi, he doxed me. Shakimi, he doxed me. When it's all over, she's on Jay Wilson saying Shakimi doxed
Mm-hmm.
him because Jay Wilson doesn't like Shakimi. When it's all over YouTube, she was doxed, allegedly doxed by different people. So she's over there telling, blowing smoke up Jay Wilson's ass, but any blow that he get up his ass, I'm pretty sure he likes. So he just sat there and listened and continued to rain down on Shakimi. And the only reason she said that about Shakimi is because they try to spin narratives and try to make a broad audience look at people a certain way. That's why she
Bingo.
said that. It's a bunch of bullshit and I'm not invested. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. And I'm not trying to understand any of these stories. I'm just letting you know they said one thing one place, something else another place, and something else different amongst themselves. And they this alleged I want to be in the beef sector. I am beef sector. Well, if you are beef sector, why are these retreats back to your own sector then? If you can't have it both ways, you can't be your own sector and then be the beef sector. Like one of those dizzy bitches tried to say, but we don't call ourselves the OR sector anymore. We just call ourselves the sector. But wait a minute. I thought that you trifling motherfuckers tried to act as if you could call yourself the B sector with impunity. You want to act like you can call yourself the B sector. But we don't call ourselves. We don't call you nothing. We call you to get the fuck up out of here with the bullshit. Cause ain't nobody. Well, some people are buying it, but get the fuck out of here. We calling on you to go lay the fuck down somewhere. Cause don't nobody want to hear you trifling hoes sit up, lie, and placate a bunch of motherfuckers who are playing your face, or you're crying about them. You're crying about them 1 minute, and then you're caping for them the next. Okay, and then the dingy bitch there, DJ Wilson said, "Well, I hear that you low hanging fruit in your sector, and you at the bottom of the bottom." Well, no,
Yeah.
I've never heard that. And as a matter of fact, the not too long ago they were praising me as the number one woman in the sector. Did you hear that bitch later?
Yes, and she said, "I wonder who said that." And then she realized that it was Code who said that. She said, "I don't know why he would say that. I don't know why he would say that I'm the bottom of the barrel." Yeah, it was him who
Yeah,
said it.
and and let's be clear. This they were saying she was the number one woman in the sector. That was the alleged lie that they did where no, the lie that they did where she had told off Big Sexy, and they were saying that we uh even the dude who she did the live with said, me and her don't get along, but we as a group we hang together. So she felt that that meant that she was the number one lady of the sector, and
Yeah,
she came out.
because
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
Okay, she's okay. So, but the thing is, also what was mentioned was that their stock. Remember what Jay Dunn came and dropped? She came and dropped that they had played this game where it's like it was like they were ranking them, like the stock exchange, right? And their stock after that fight with Bree, their stock had risen, and after that live stream that he did, all of their numbers like had skyrocketed, and like Code was still at the top, and I guess she had like moved up at the top, right? And I guess she would be the first woman that's at the top. That's what she's referring to.
Oh
That
my
and that
god.
yes, that and that live stream. Even though they said it was a joke, right? That it's like a little game or whatever, but yeah.
Oh my god, they're really really this YouTube thing means a whole lot to these people. So good morning, kind to me, Indigo. So I thank you for coming up. I definitely appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me, Ronnie Q.
Are
I'll
you
be in the
going?
chat.
Are you going live
Hmm.
tonight? Are you going live tonight?
I will try because I needed to I needed to stay off the live button after that live I did yesterday. So yes, I'll
Okay.
I'll try to come back at my normal time
All right. So
tonight.
YouTube cameras goes live late at night. If one of my mods can drop her in the chat, I appreciate you for dropping through.
Thank you so much, Ronnie Q. All right,
All right.
I'll see you later. All right, bye.
All right. Bye bye. Okay. So, yeah, that was the gist of everything that I saw that happened lately on the YouTube streets. We need a new name for the beef section. No, actually, we do not. Actually, we do not. Okay. So, okay. So I want to share uh one thing with you guys, and I'm a skedaddle because I really don't have much to talk about. If somebody want to come up and tell me something that I may have missed or forgotten because I did not take any notes because it's none of these things I even want to remotely commit to memory just by writing these fuck niggas bullshit down. So I find that if I take a note on something, just the art of writing it down uh, will make me kind of remember something. Okay, let's find this. I hope this is the one I'm looking for. Okay, let me get through the commercial and I'll tell you if this is what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're going to skip through this. I'm going to drop the link for this so you can have it yourself. Is that the one I want? That may not be the one I want. Let me go to this other one and have it locked and loaded just in case this isn't the one I want. Okay. So, what I want to talk about now, oh, and it is just really, 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 really it's really sad for people to speak outside of their for people to talk about things that they have not no idea what they're talking about, who have no understanding about the things that they're speaking on. I got a clip of Big Sexy trying to actually talk about what the Supreme Court ruling about this Donald Trump's immunity meant. So she explained that all the things that he did during Stormy Daniels and that case that he lost against Stormy Daniel, they even though he's been found guilty, they won't be able to try him. No, silly bitch. The the whole case is about what presidential immunity. So, what would Daniels in anything about her case have to do with presidential immunity? Her case was about hush money uh, to keep him in the race to be the president, which means he was not the president. Thus, there is no presidential immunity. It had absolutely nothing to do with the Stormy Daniels case. Talk about food, talk about eating, lie about exercising, talk about shooting your belly up with diet drugs. Stay within the house of the things that you're able to talk about. Talking about picking up dusty dicks and dusty niggas on YouTube. Talk about things that you can pontificate about with ease. You cannot speak on things that you know nothing about. Okay, so let me share my screen with you guys. Girl, girl, girl. He's yes, he's appealing that right now, but it doesn't matter that he appeals that. This ruling in the Supreme Court has absolutely no bearing on that case because he was not a president. This ruling is about what a president and what a president can do under his presidential powers. See, one of the things that they discussed in the if I talked about this when it was going on when they were having the actual arguments with the Supreme Court, one of the things that they brought up in the Supreme Court is what if they said that he can do things under his power, under his presidential powers that if it's an act of the office, he cannot be tried for it. But if it's done for personal reason, then the presidential power ruling that they were asking the Supreme Court to give would not cover it. So one of the examples was brought up. What if he determines that one of his somebody who's running against him is a enemy of the state or whatever, and he decides as someone with these presidential powers uh to have him taken out by the CIA or anybody. I forget SEAL Team 6 or something, I think was the example. Would that be within his presidential powers? See, these are the types of things they're arguing. Uh, Okay. These are the types of things they're arguing. And so in this ruling, what they did rule is that if the president talks to uh, the Justice Department about it, he can go on and do it because if he talks to the Justice Department, that means that he's working under his presidential powers because he spoke to the head of the Department of Justice. So therefore, he can do it and it's presidential powers. What the ruling also said is if you want to, you cannot investigate it because he was working under presidential power, but you cannot question what the conversation was with the Department of Justice. For example, uh, if he goes to the DOJ and he says, "Hey, I know I lost the vote, but what we need to do is we need to not turn over the White House, and we need to." Act as if we find, even if it's illegal, you won't know it's illegal because you're not allowed to ask what he said. This is what this ruling is saying. And this is all a part of this 2025 framework to give him all of this extra power. So you don't believe me? I kind of let other people break it down for you. So I'm gonna drop two links in the chat for you, and you can peruse them for yourselves. And let's check them out. Let's check out how dangerous these rulings that the Supreme Court put down yesterday. Okay, here is the first link. Okay, because I really want people to understand uh, a lot of this stuff that is coming down the pike, and the parameters are being set in place right now that is going to allow a lot of dubious things to happen to you, your civil liberties, your rights, and possibly your freedoms, and it could be your lives. Okay, so I just want you guys. Now Ness is outing diving on her community. Outing her for what? Good morning, Yuma. MMOFBB. What is MMOFBB? Yuma, what is MMOFBB? I don't even know what that means. Okay. being there is only Biden and Trump and only two candidates for president, and I use my privileges as my ancestor died for my rights, I'm voting for Biden black women. Before black women will be we I think, yeah, it's my opinion, we already are, but it's not about I'm with Toya. There's some real if you guys haven't reviewed that Project 2025, you really need to have that person deleted. Yes, they can have that person deleted and say that it's a presidential act as long as he goes to the Department of Justice. You can't even ask him what he said to the Department of Justice. It can be he could the who says the head of the Department of Justice is some person. So basically, what the Supreme Court did yesterday, they made a king, they made a dictator on yesterday, and the only person who can tell him that he has gone too far is the Supreme Court. That's the only person who's going to say, hey, well, you wavered a little too far. Because if you can't investigate all of these things that he's allowed to do under presidential immunity, okay, so there's that. Dabna being shady. I love baked turkey wings. You going to the fish store to buy you some turkey wings too? Okay. I heard that Skillet is trying to trademark the beef sector as well. Skillet was in here earlier. I did see a post about Laura Skillet trying to trademark. Uh, we're heading into a dictatorship, authoritarian society, and that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Everybody's like, "Oh, well, Joe Biden's he's." You listen. Okay, you play with your people if you want to. Okay, I'm gonna let other people explain this more thoroughly than I can, because, some people just don't believe, little old people on YouTube. Some people just, be like, oh, well, you get your news here, you get your news here. I played the president of the Heritage Foundation on my video 2 days ago. I played the president of the Heritage Foundation who wrote up, who had a health think tank to create this Project 2025. So you didn't have to hear it diagnosed through some media that you choose to doubt. You didn't hear it have be laid out to you for some from a news anchor or a commentator, or that you can poo poo on because they're this and they're that. No, I let you hear it from the horse's mouth, the president of the Heritage Foundation, who actually got a think tank together to put this Project 2025 together, and they call it the Trump, the Trumponian policy, and assuming, obviously, they said no, it's not like we just created this for Trump, but Trump is the new Republican Party, so they want to call it the Trumponian policy, but say no, 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 we didn't mean it just for Trump. It's just because, no, the Republican Party is the Republican Party. Conservatism is conservatism, but what they're saying, conservatism is now is Trumpism. So let's be clear. This man, I let you hear this out of this own man's mouth, and you had a silly asshole said she was over there watching TV. She was over there playing MSNBC for a while. And then you have a motherfucking living in a ramshackle house in Detroit, Michigan, with red walls and a collapsing ceiling, trying to tell me, well, do you know what MSNBC stand for? No, I know what a motherfucking toothbrush stands for, motherfucker. I know what a motherfucking butter knife stand for. It's to scrape all that butter off your teeth, you nasty motherfucker. Who are you? And you say you don't vote, and you want to talk to me about something, a ignorant ass motherfucker? motherfucker who begs for fucking his chat to buy him cars and shit when he fucking crash out, or when his motherfucking car is destroyed on his motherfucking grimy ass neighborhood that he live in, and a motherfucker who is proud to say he don't vote and trying to tell me what's in the 13th Amendment, bitch. What's in the Fifth Amendment? What's in the Third Amendment? What's in the Fourth Amendment? What's in the Seventh Amendment? You dumb bastard. Shut the fuck up. Oh, these people have the goddamn nerves. Good morning, Carolina Blue. Okay, so let me see. Ronnie Hugh. There's a YouTube channel called Democracy. I love Democracy Now. I am subscribed. They have videos on all of the decisions made by the Supreme Court. Uh, you guys should definitely subscribe to Democracy Now. It is a great, unbiased news organization, in my opinion, that gives you it gives you news all over the world. I'm gonna drop their link. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm gonna drop their link in the chat. If you really need to understand what is going on, if you want to watch some news that is unbiased, that is not corporate media, that is leaving a lot of information out, in my opinion, you may want to sit down and hear what's going on. They do local news, not local news, they do US news, and they also do world news. So I'm going to drop their link in the chat. This is a link for Democracy Now. No, I don't have time to entertain people in their foolish biases and their fool talk. I got an aunt. I have an aunt who say, "Don't nobody want to hear that old fool talk." She would tell you in a minute what is fool talk. I don't have the patience to hear fool talk over this election any longer. So let me anybody want to hit the link before? Good morning, Jess Andrea. Okay. If you'd like to support the channel, you can cash up Ronnie Q, $ Ronnie Q. Okay, Ronnie Q, tell us how you really feel, boo. I am listening. Hey, Abuse of You, what's going on? Your mic is off, View. Your mic
Oh,
is
I'm
off,
sorry.
View.
Good morning, Ronnie Q. Nothing much is going on. How you doing today?
I'm good in yourself.
I'm fine. I'm all dried up, dried off, and sitting here listening to you. I did write a couple of things down because I wanted to know what your thoughts are. We hadn't heard people get on here in a minute really saying how much money they need and what they need the money for. So I think this might be a trend that we might need to just kind of like maybe make note of. So the last three times I've heard somebody specifically ask for amounts of money was the $40 rent. And then somebody was called the I forgot what the name they called them. Oh, charity case. Then there was the $80 request for groceries, not crab legs, but groceries. So that means somebody can cook. And then there was a
Well,
$60
wait a minute,
request.
View.
What?
They can only cook pork chops at midnight. Don't forget that. But go ahead.
Okay. And then $60 for their husband's work vehicle for a tire. So those are the three things that I just noted that people put an actual amount that they need and also what the need is for.
And
The
then
rest,
a day later, let's have a pop up challenge. Y'all send me the reward money, and then had the nerve, then had the nerves to say that I was begging my people for money for my pet challenge. How
Mhm.
convenient of a bitch! Y'all send me the money. Yeah, we gonna do this. Yeah, we collecting money. We collecting money. Okay, I'ma stop collecting money. Okay, I got some more money coming in after I said I'm stopping collecting it. That's a challenge, a challenge. Dumb bitch. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I love priming the pump when I come over here because all I have to do is just mention a couple of things and then you just run right. So yeah, so I found that really interesting. So I don't know if it's going to be a trend. I guess the money. Well, it is the first of the month. Oh, hey,
Wake up,
bingo!
wake up, wake up. First of the month.
Come
Get
on.
up, get up, get up. Cash your check and come on. Wake up. What happened to all them food stamps?
I know
I
with the
I,
food
I
stamp.
get $800 in food stamps. Yeah, y'all hate me on my foods. What happened to the food stamps?
Right, right. Okay, and then okay, let's see what else I wrote down. Um, did you? Okay, now we were talking about cards
Oh,
the other.
excuse me,
Oh, go
excuse
ahead.
me.
No, go
And
ahead. No, no, no. Go ahead.
yeah, I lost my train of thought because I said if it's a work truck, how come the job isn't buying the tire? And also, Blackberry Molested said, "Question: would the job pay for the tire?" Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Well, I don't think there's a
Carolina Blue
job.
laughing at me singing.
Right,
I
I
don't.
think they're really reaching for explanations of why they're begging. And so I did notice the pop-up challenge and I really started to join it. I really did, but I didn't want to get in that la because they had three people up in there. I could have dragged all three of them bitches at the same goddamn time. They had the mustache lady, they had the Nina black lady, and then they had the uppity tiny waist lady. I was like three of them at the same time. Oh my goodness. I almost joined it. I almost did, but I really don't want to. I don't want to get up and
You,
all to the. I just. Mm-mm. I probably wouldn't have
you
got paid. Hmm?
you don't want to give them your greatness. They're undeserving of your greatness. You could have drugged the shit out of all three of them nasty motherfuckers.
And I
You
wouldn't have to
really
write
could
anything down. It would have been all on the fly. Hey, eat two edibles and then lean on the stem chair to the left. I would have just let them all fly. Brrr.
have.
I
I
swear.
wish you I wish you would have. That would have been fabulous. Oh, you could have took them down one, two, three. Yes, you
Right.
could have.
And next is run me my money. Because then you know what happened later on? They start fighting about who was gonna get it in the rules. Like they never make rules. They keep begging and coming up with these motherfucking plots and plans and scams and schemes, but they never really set the rules down. Okay, like this is what we're gonna do. This is how you know how you do yours. You organize it and you let people know ahead of time what the expectations are. Okay.
Because it's not about the rules. It's about the splitting the money amongst themselves. Who's siphoning off money from the
Hmm.
alleged win. So it's once the money start pouring in, who got time for rules? I got to see how much money of this money I'm gonna skim off the top for myself. My husband need to do tie. I need food, and you think it's a good time for a challenge? Yeah, it's a good time for a challenge for motherfuckers who skip money off the top. But allegedly, I ain't got no proof, but I
But
I'm,
how
I'm
do
just
they think we're not supposed to see that, Miss Ronnie Q? This is goddamn watch, rinse, and repeat play all for like goddamn 5 years. Like, my God. Okay,
you
Miss
know.
Ronnie.
Yeah, I wish you would have joined. You should have joined.
I
Shit, you
should
should have.
have.
At
Oh,
least the money would have gone to somebody other. Well, I was just going to say, other than somebody who's smoking cigarettes, weed, and drinking Paul Masson. But
mhm.
shit,
I
you
know.
it
I
it,
bought a
it would have
coloring
it
book.
would have went to some coloring books and some gummy bears.
Some tangible items. Yes,
Some
exactly.
not gummy bears, gummies.
Yeah, well, they do come in bears. They do come. I do get the ones that are shaped like bears. How'd you know? You
I
tracking
did.
me, Ronnie Q? Um, And so next, I wanted to on my little. I only wrote down three things, but I think we covered up two of them already. Four things. The AI commentary. Do you notice how hilarious that shit is? The automatic comments, like when you pop
Yeah,
onto somebody's live.
yeah, as a matter of fact, I showed one yesterday when I was
Hmm.
going in on that old rotten mouth hole, and This is what the AI commentary said, and usually it's way off, but I think it's improving a view as a view because
Oh,
it was quite accurate. Various people are giving Brooke criticism regarding her baby being fake, while also accusing her of being jealous of Ronnie Hugh and trying to run people's lives. Brooke is trying to stand up for herself and retaliate, but she is struggling to get her point across and is being overwhelmed by the backlash. So it seems like
that shit was funny. Now, I saw one. Okay, I don't always go over to the lipstick alley. I go over there to look at the pictures because y'all have some pretty pictures over there. Now I was over there one time. They had one that had my name up in there. I don't even know what the fuck it said, but that shit was hilarious. But I was on whose live? I was on somebody's live. Oh, the Hood Table. I was in Hood Table's bushes, and uh, grown folks was on there. And I just clicked in, and they named him. The AI gave him a new name. I cannot think of what the fuck it was because the comments only stayed up there for about 3 seconds. But it was so fucking hilarious because the chat was just dragging him, and he was just keep on going with his commentary and what he thought, and just went on and on. And the whole chat was just going in on his ass. I was like, I know he ain't reading these goddamn comments because he was so calm. So obviously, what y'all typing in chat, he could give two fucks about. But I'm telling you, that AI caught every bit of it. Oh Lord
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, that AI, it sometimes it's half correct. I remember one time who was arguing. It was two people arguing, and they said, and Nia Long and I forget who the other celebrity they said, because they were talking about who was on this road, Cardi B. I forgot who else they were saying. Instead of Cardi B, they had some other name. Somebody
Yeah.
long. I was like, what the heck? I wish either of these hoes was Nia Long. And they were arguing about the honest road situation. I was just like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Very Carrie, yeah, I saw that one that you said it said Devon, but no, they gave him a new name. The AI people, oh my God. And I know y'all call that person a glitter boots and all this kind of stuff. No, they gave him a whole new name. Oh my God. I wish there's a way that we can see what the comments are, I wish it would stay up longer, or I don't know. I don't even know how to even do it, but those goddamn AI generated comments are everything.
Yeah, they
Good
really are.
morning. I heard
They're
somebody
quite
said
funny.
meow meow was glitter boots. I mean, grown folks said meow meow is Beasley. Did y'all hear that? Hi meow meow.
No, that I mean, Meow Meow is not Beasley because Beasley is so attention starved and mad that I won't give him any. He could not contort himself to act like a sane human being in my chat. So
Right.
Beasley definitely would not be Meow Meow in my
Yeah, I
in,
know it. Yeah, I know it. But why would grown folks say that meow meow is Beasley? Meow meow. Why would he say that? He specifically before he left let everybody know that. But I know you're not Beasley. So that shit was weird.
yeah,
Like, is there a message behind that?
he's a weirdo. Who knows? Two
Okay.
weirdos. Him and Beasley actually ought to be, best Judies because both of them are, pathological, in my opinion. Okay,
Hmm.
so I'm gonna drop something for you, and you can check that out at your leisure. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Now you check that out while I share my screen and
Okay, let me go
play
on
this.
mute.
Okay. So let's take a trip. Let's take a trip to see what this Supreme Court ruling uh, could possibly mean for you and how you live your life. Okay, let me see. This may not be the one. We may just visit this one shortly because this may not be the one I want you to. But I did drop the link for that one already, and I'm gonna drop the link again.
Trump gets elected, and there's this idea that It's also scary because what is Trump going to do if Trump gets elected and there's this idea that he can get away with even more stuff? That's really, really scary for the public because he already ran over every norm that he could. So it seems like, I mean, just I'm just looking at this politically, not legally, politically, it's almost like a license to thug in a way. Like you can do whatever you want, and the Supreme Court is probably going to let you get away with it. That is very frightening in this case, and so I'm very, very concerned.
That was Van Jones reacting to something that, quite frankly, I feel that the vast majority of the country already knew, that the president gets away with quite a bit. And that's not only including Donald Trump, and we'll get to those details in a moment, but in a 6-3 decision split by ideological lines, the Supreme Court has now ruled that Donald Trump is in fact immune from prosecutions for acts that he engages in as part of his official presidential duties. That means that he will have immunity protection for some of the acts he's indicted for under that federal election interference case, but not.
Okay, I dropped the link. I'm gonna move forward a little bit. Please review this. Please review this. I kind of just want to get to the part where they're kind of giving you some clear-cut examples of this. Okay.
We'll talk about later in the show. He's pretty much guaranteed a victory. So it'll be totally wiped away.
Judge Chutkan makes in regard to what is and isn't considered official acts by the president or former president could be appealed. And those appeals obviously will lead to more delays in this case. Cenk.
Yeah, so first let's discuss the Trump implications.
Okay, so what she just said right there, he's up for the January 6th thing. They were hoping to get this tried before the election. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court came down with this ruling, and the Supreme Court also said that Judge Chutkan, that is the black woman, she must hear all of the people who are going to testify, and then she must decide which of these things are done under a presidential act and which of these things were done personally, but she just can't decide for herself. After she decides, then a higher, of course, they're going to be able to appeal her ruling of what she considers a presidential act or a personal act. And then you're going to have to wait for it to go to a higher ruling. And you may possibly even have to wait for it to go back to the Supreme Court, thus positively pushing the date back of him being able to be tried for what happened on January 6th. So that is what she's saying. So more than likely, the Supreme Court helped him stave off the prosecution of the case for January 6th. But let's hear a little more.
And then the much broader and more dangerous implications for the country. So number one, on Honig, I actually disagreed with him on some of the stuff he said later in that segment, but on that portion, he's definitely correct. No chance this gets resolved before the election. So if Trump wins and if Biden stays in the race, as we'll talk about later in the show, he's pretty much guaranteed a victory. So it'll be totally wiped away, totally scot-free. That's absolutely clear. And the Supreme Court justices very, very clearly dragged their heels. At every moment that they could delay, they delayed. And so this is the very last time they could have given this. And then they put in a couple of provisions that also made Chutkan deciding later. They could have said she could start deciding right now, but they said, no, you can't start deciding until August. So are they trying to protect Trump from this particular prosecution? Definitely, no question about it, okay? So now when it gets to the broader issue, that's where the real danger comes into play. Okay, so look, on the Trump prosecutions, they were massively important, but they're never going to happen because either he's going to win the election and he wipes it away, or he loses. And let's keep it real, the Democrats, they never meant it. If he gets convicted, they're going to let him go. There's no way he's going to go to a federal penitentiary for breaking these laws. But anyway, so the important part is, what is the precedent? Now, everybody's focusing on official versus unofficial acts, and that's where I think Honig was wrong in other parts of his opinions on CNN. Because Anna, he talked about if, oh, well, I mean, like the example that Sotomayor used in her dissent, just using SEAL Team 6 to murder someone. He's like, that's preposterous. That can't happen. That's an unofficial act.
Yeah, he's wrong about that. I agree that he's wrong in that analysis. Can we actually go to that video? Because we have it. I want the audience to see that moment, and then we'll discuss what we think. Let's take a look.
Sotomayor's dissent, where she says, the majority pays lip service to this idea that the president is not above the law, and then in effect says that for certain official acts, the president is in fact above the law. It's how do you sort out what this actually means?
If the president decides that his rival is a corrupt person and he orders the military.
Okay, this is Justice Sonia Sotomayor asking a question of Trump's lawyer during the time that they were presenting this case to the Supreme Court. So this is a hypothetical that she puts up towards Trump's lawyer and asking about what do you want to say is official and unofficial duties. So I'm going to start that over so you can understand what that clip was.
What this actually means.
If the president decides that his rival is a corrupt person and he orders the military or orders someone to assassinate him, is that within his official acts that for which he can get immunity?
It would depend on the hypothetical, but we can see that could well be an official act.
So that was his attorney. He said it depends on the hypothetical, but we could very well see that that could be an official act. And okay, so what the Supreme Court justice said that if Trump talks about it with the head of the Department of Justice, that they cannot even ask the Department DOJ what was said about it, what made them initiate this strike against a political rival. They're also talking about and let's be clear, his whole reason for running, the things that he has stated, that he wants retribution on political rivals, the media, and other sources. And we also know that he wants to get filthy rich as well. So there's that. Let's keep going.
It was a stunning moment in April. Did the court just say, yeah, you can assassinate a political rival?
No, I don't think they did. That's a ridiculous answer by Donald Trump's team, a dangerous and reckless answer.
So, Cenk, you're arguing that that you disagree, and I
Now, he, as a commentator, see, that's why I cannot stand CNN. No, that was a ridiculous comment from Donald Trump's attorney. That was reckless. Yes, it was reckless, but that was their answer. What you mean it's ridiculous? That was their argument. Yeah, why are you acting as if, they didn't mean it? That is what they went to the Supreme Court to argue. And you trying to shoo it away like, really, that really doesn't mean anything. Get the fuck out of here. Okay.
Disagree with him as well, that this ruling does actually indicate that if the president engages in criminality as part of his official presidential duties, well, then he's free from prosecution.
Yeah, this has already happened. So I'm going to give you a case that proves him 100% wrong. But on top of that, he's saying something ridiculous. And normally I like Honig's analysis. I think he is relatively unbiased. Because the president doesn't go and say, this is now an unofficial act. When I normally use Navy SEAL Team 6, it is an official act. But this one is to murder my political opponents and hence unofficial. He's not gonna say that, right? He's gonna say, what do you mean?
Okay, let me move forward a little bit. Let me see if this.
I can't even believe that this was even discussed.
Huh? What'd you say, View? What did you say, View?
I can't believe that attorney even brought this up. Are we talking about ordering in the White House and the president, and it's okay, and it's got immunity? Oh
your
my God.
political rival, yes.
Right.
And he said, well, I can see that happening. He wasn't coy about it. He said yes.
Right, and quick, like seconds later. Oh my, go ahead, Ms.
I listened to this being presented to the Supreme Court. I listened to them. I was flabbergasted that this dude said this. And a lot of people thought that, oh, he did a horrible job. He shouldn't have said these things. And the Supreme Court ruled right along with him. Because Trump put in, did he put in three? Three. He put in three of them, I believe. It was what was it? A 6-3 decision or a 5-3 decision. Either 6-3 forward or 5-3 forward. So it is split along conservative lines. Only the non-conservative justice voted against it. Okay, so let's continue. Let me make sure.
Anything.
What I'm wondering is if they at all in their decision make a distinction between the president acting out of his own personal interest for himself versus official presidential acts that have to do with the governance of the country.
No, that's why a lot of legal experts are pulling their hair out going, how do we know when it's official or unofficial? Right? So for example, official is presidential duties, unofficial is
Okay, I'm gonna play a different one. I dropped the link. You guys can finish watching
It was
that on your own. And Pam, what do you
6-3.
think about that?
It was a 6-3 ruling.
6-3 ruling. Thank you.
Oh, it was a 6-3 ruling, which really is, yeah, it's so ridiculous now, Miss Ron. I don't really. This whole thing is. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone right now. I feel like we are really being bamboozled with this whole thing. The fact that this man has done all this horrendous stuff and had made a mockery of the United States, the Constitution, us just playing in front of us, just the whole thing. I just can't believe he's getting away with this. This man has such a fucking hard on, like, and the fact that he is, what is driving him? Like, okay,
Look
go
at
ahead,
this
Miss Ron.
comment. By that logic, Biden can off Trump then. Indigo, do
Right.
you not think that is like the first thing that I said? So so if that's the ruling, that's the ruling.
But who
We
even
can't
has this
we
goddamn
can't ask
conversation?
we can't ask him no questions. There is no
Right.
conversation. If it's
Right.
presidential duty, then it can be done tomorrow.
So he's a goddamn rogue, goddamn vigilante motherfucking candidate running for the office of president of the United States, which he's already had. So we could just expect anything to go on and happen and shit. This is crazy. This is really crazy.
If he decides that the whole country needs to be put down in martial law, and he tells his Department of Justice, then he's within his presidential powers, and you cannot ask him why they decided to put the whole country under martial law. You heard them say that they wanted to enact this 2025 policy within the first 180 days of the presidency. Okay,
This
so
motherfucker is insane. He is totally insane, and I can't believe that whatever he's doing and however he's getting away with this shit. Like, he's gonna be up in he can't now. He won't even have a chance to get a goddamn ankle bracelet because he gonna vote himself out of that. I mean, change it up. Like, it's like he's really playing a super uh steroid game of damn chess. Like he did skip goddamn Uno, skip spades, everything, skip checkers. He's like super steroid on goddamn chess. Like he's thinking of things that I would like. Who would really think about stuff like this? This man is really changing up shit. And I know that other countries are looking at us talking about what the fuck is America doing over there?
and they're trying to act as if, well, there's guardrails in place, yeah, where he can't do it.
No, they're not.
He has to go to the Congress. People,
Mm-mm.
people are making asinine arguments, uneducated commentary. These people that you hear out here, talking about, well, they're both the same, and like, I don't. I cannot suffer ignorance at this point in our history. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Yes, it's crazy, but it's already in the works and happening now. I'm setting up to move because I refuse to become a slave, and that's what will happen? Why do you think that they have a company that I think they are, when I first heard about the company, they are charging $200,000 for people to be able to get expedited visa out of the United States. Now, is a common man going to be able to get this? No. There's going to be no waiting. These visas are going to be expedited quickly. I've done a story on this. Look it up. The rich are going to have a way out, and they are making a way out for the rich. For what? For a real reason. Let me share my screen. I got another one I would like to share with you right quick. I'm gonna skip through it. I'm gonna give you the link so you guys can peruse this for yourselves as well. I'm gonna drop the link now. Let's start.
The President of the United States to issue an address, to give a live address today from the White House in response to the Supreme Court ruling, something that's extremely rare. That should be happening just in a little bit.
Stop wasting money on iCloud. This innovative stick makes it easy to back up your smartphone. It's compatible with all.
We are, as I said, expecting the President of the United States to issue an address, to give a live address today from the White House in response to the Supreme Court ruling, something that's extremely rare. That should be happening just in a little bit. We'll, of course, bring that to you when that happens. I want to bring in Joy Reid, whose hour this is, and I'm sure has a lot to say about today's momentous 6-3 decision from the Roberts Court. Joy.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, it was something to read today, both the decision and the dissent. And I guess the sort of best way for me to kind of sum it up is, I don't know if everyone here watches Game of Thrones, but if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you will note that in Westeros, there is a king, and then there is the hand of the king. And when the king is very young or very old or very mad, the hand of the king is effectively the king. And what I think you saw in this ruling today was the Supreme Court declare their preferred president, of course, because they know no Democrat would exercise these powers in the way they would very much like their next president to. They've declared the president and former presidents to be kings, but they've also declared themselves the hand of the king. This is the key part I just want to read. This is from page 110 from the dissent. This is from Ketanji Brown Jackson's dissent, Justice Jackson. With its adoption of a paradigm that sometimes exempts the president from the dictates of the law when the court says so, this court has effectively snatched from the legislature the authority to bind the president or not to Congress's mandates. And it has also thereby substantially augmented the power of both the office of the presidency and itself. What John Roberts said today is that he and his 5 fellow Leonard Leo appointees will decide when the president has erred. They will decide when he has stepped beyond the bounds of official acts, and only they can make that decision. They are the hand of the king. And the last thing I will say is that they repeatedly call for boldness and decisive action, that we need to see boldness and decisive action, and that only absolute immunity and presumed immunity can give a president such boldness. One wonders then how previous presidents have figured out how to implement the Trail of Tears and force indigenous people to march along with enslaved people across this country, mainly to their deaths. How President Lincoln essentially deleted the human property, $10 billion worth of human property from every state in rebellion by fiat. How presidents, let's talk about the presidents in the 20th century. Harry Truman unleashed a nuclear holocaust on 2 parts of Japan. He did that boldly and decisively without fear of prosecution. How then does a new president, a future president, need such boldness to come from the fiat of the Supreme Court?
Yeah, there has been no lack of boldness and decisiveness from.
Okay, so we've been a nation all this time. All of these horrible things have happened under the urging of how the president has moved. But now, all of a sudden, we need a special protection for the next president, that he won't be tried for egregious things. Look at all the egregious things that has happened in the U.S. and no president has been tried. But so are you saying that this man is about to do something so egregious and outside of the law? Of course, that's what they're saying, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So let's go a little forward.
From American presidents and executives through the years, particularly when operating in the conduct of war, particularly. Andrew, I think this has been a shocking trajectory for you, particularly as someone who knows the law quite well and the Department of Justice. What was your reaction to this?
Well, I definitely agreed with Rachel that I just did not expect that there would be 5 votes for this. This is a watershed moment, big picture. Just want to make sure people understand, with respect to the Department of Justice, on pages 20 and 21, the decision makes it absolutely clear, even if there is a known sham prosecution, that is off limits. If you have a president, let's say, who is on tape saying, bring a false prosecution, cannot prosecute. No matter how strong the evidence is, and this is not a hypothetical, because you actually have people talking about it right now about weaponizing if they get back into office. So that part it's just so anathema to the idea of a rule of law.
Now, he was brief. Weaponizing. He's weaponizing the DOJ against political rivals. You have people talking about that now if they get in office. Who is they? They is Donald Trump. Okay, let's continue. I got to put my banner up as well. I'm going to put my banner up shortly, my fair use banner.
When you're talking about a Department of Justice, that the whole principle is to be separate and independent and not be have a norm of not, in fact, obeying what the president says you have to do.
I think the whole piece of this where the legal intersects, actually collides violently with the political, is that in 2016, Trump was, you could go back and say maybe there were other reasons to run. In 2024, that's not the case. The only reason he's running is for retribution. And the only way Trump defines retribution is official. Mm-hmm. He wants to use official acts.
Yes, that's right.
And so for
he doesn't
Trump,
want private retribution.
forget about the league, right? Forget about us. Forget about the free press's analysis of something that the justices actually wrote down and put in writing, which is that we do now have a king. That's radical and amazing. But we also have a guy running for president who is today ahead in the polls, who is running to take official acts to seek out, in his words, retribution against his political enemies. He is only interested in the official parts of the job. And he only ever was. I mean, the only reason he wanted a Roy Cohn, to pick up on Rachel's point, is so that he could have someone architect the White House around officially seeking out punishment for his enemies. 2017, there was a story in the New York Times that he wanted to prosecute Hillary Clinton. He fires Jim Comey because he doesn't, quote, see to it to let Mike Flynn go, let Mike Flynn go. He only ever wanted to commit crimes disguised as official acts.
Yeah, I mean, I think he said this publicly 1,000 times, to Nicole's point. And I was reading today, if anybody's following along, on the lovely Project 2025 plan on page 560. This is the first line of that part. The next conservative administration should embrace the Constitution and understand the obligation of the executive branch to use its independent resources and authorities to restrain the excesses of both the legislative and judicial branches. This is the plan that Steve Bannon has been holding up in his recent interviews, before he went to jail today, of course, to say this is what we're going to do. And the justices, what they did today is basically, I mean, I worked for 2 presidents, Nicole worked for a president. You haven't needed this immunity in the past. There have been bad things that have happened under presidents. But like they haven't.
But they've done the bad things even without.
They've done the bad things even without. Nobody's walking around waiting for the immunity. The presidents I worked for didn't look for the immunity. And now you have the person. So you're asking the American public, to Rachel's point, to vote for people and trust the presidents they elect will have the morality and the benevolence to not abuse. That's essentially what they're doing.
So the very bad news for Donald Trump in this decision today, and for candidate Trump, very, very bad, is that Mike Pence is going to walk into a federal courtroom, raise his right hand, take an oath to tell the truth, and testify against Donald Trump in this case in September. It's going to happen much faster.
You're saying it's an evidentiary hearing.
Absolutely. So what this is we've created an absolute immunity on one paragraph of the indictment, applying to exactly one paragraph of the indictment. All of the rest of the indictment goes back to Judge Chutkan's courtroom and she schedules this Supreme Court has ordered her to have a hearing about the evidence in the case to determine whether the act in question is an official act.
Okay, dried mustard. Okay, let me highlight this comment. Okay, MSNBC is the worst news outlet in TV. Okay, so that may be true, but what are they telling you that is not true in this case? See, this is the bullshit that I'm talking about. See, people are talking about a ruling that is very consequential in this election cycle, and you motherfuckers can't take the information. The MSNBC is not the only place. There should be no one place you get your news from. But if you can't say what they're saying that is untrue, who gives a fuck what you think about MSNBC? What do you think about this information that they're giving you? Okay, let me continue.
Act, whether it might have some kind of protection or not. And that's for everything in the case except for one conversation that he had with the acting attorney general.
The Department of Justice.
So what you're looking at here is basically there'll be some briefs on each side, and then the judge will schedule a day and say, okay, we start today. Mr. Smith, who's your first witness? And it's exactly like a prosecution. And for what Jack Smith's going to have to do, and sometimes in pretrial evidentiary stuff, prosecutors don't want to turn over all their cards. He's going to have to turn over every single one of them because the Supreme Court has said to him, in effect, we need to see every single one of your cards. So every witness he has, he's going to bring into that courtroom. They're all going to be under oath, and the defense is going to be able to cross-examine them. The defense probably won't bring in any witnesses at all, but you're going to see this incredible January 6th hearing on steroids, possibly for 6-8 weeks, September, October, maybe.
Quickly, Andrew, do you think that's going to happen?
Yeah, I'd always thought the sort of silver lining, but it's a small one because the big picture here is this decision is horrendous for American democracy. But Lawrence is right. There is going to be a hearing, and the Supreme Court has actually said there has to be. So, and obviously there's going to be a lot of fighting about the timing of it, but Judge Chutkan does not have to wait the 81 days that she said she would wait for the trial. This is a hearing, so she can have briefing and she can set up a hearing with witnesses are called.
Joy, just before we go to break, there's also to your point earlier about the sort of clarity of this or the stakes. The one thing I was thinking about too, and this is Rachel's point, is just how clarifying this is about the stakes of the election. To the extent there's some activating small d Democratic energy that can be brought out of what I think is a genuinely appalling move by the
Not small d. We need large D at this time.
The court. I wonder if you feel the same way about that.
Big Ping. Oh Lord.
Then you're gonna.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah. Big Ping. Yeah. I'm noting in the chat that a lot of people are saying what channels that they like and they don't like. Some like Fox, some don't like CNN, MSNBC. But I believe that it's very important to look at all of these, even if you just look at them for a little bit. Because what it does is it provides you enough ammunition to go ahead and state your opinion on what it is that what you don't like and like. Because if you only watch one source, you're only going to have that one source, unless it's a very good source. I've always watched the Young Turks. I love them. I find them non-biased. And so, yeah, always watch other people, even if you don't like them. All these sources that y'all are saying that
And
y'all
you know who else I watched? The Midas Touch. The Midas Touch. That is Midas Touch. Yes.
Okay.
That there are three brothers. I think two of them are attorneys. You have to watch the Midas Touch Network. I'm gonna drop the link for you here.
Okay, thank you.
Also watch Democracy Now. You have got to
I
watch
watched them. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna finish this up, and I'll drop that link. Oops, no volume.
Because we are essentially authorizing and
moved by the court. I wonder if you feel the same way about that.
It's very clarifying. They might as well have added, by the way, please Google Project 2025, because we are essentially authorizing, and not just authorizing, really sort of calling on Donald Trump. They repeatedly talk about bold and decisive action.
Yeah.
But what bold and decisive action do they have in mind? Probably the exact same bold and decisive action the Heritage Foundation has in mind, Heritage Action has in mind, Leonard Leo has in mind, Steve Bannon has in mind. And what I think they're saying to the American people is that if this Leonard Leo 6, get our preferred president back, we are going to encourage him to break the boundaries of the law, to push it to the limit, to feel free to even use violence, to use mass incarceration. Go ahead and do those camps. Do whatever you need to do to take the bold and decisive action that we repeatedly have said is necessary for the function of the presidency to get the agenda done. And we'll protect you. And we'll let you know, Donald Trump, when you've gone too far. And only then will you be stopped. This is a clarion call to every American. By the way, that debate is like 34 felony counts old, and it does not matter anymore. All that matters is that you do not allow the person back into office who will use this power that he's been given by this court, this imperial court, to implement that agenda they wrote down and published because they know that no one will stop them except voters. It doesn't matter if Biden is old. It don't matter. It don't matter if he's old. What matters is that the other guy wants to be a king, and this court has said, yes, you are a king, and we are the king's hand. And together, the 7 of us will rule this country.
Hey there, MSNBC fans. I'm Luke Russert, and be sure...
Excuse me. Period. And I like the way she summed that up. That is fact, in my opinion. I love the way she summed that up. And let's not be remiss. You heard her say that they are saying, go ahead with those camps. Did that slip by anybody? Those camps? Do you remember the other day when I was talking? I had somebody up here and I said, do you remember it was over YouTube that this couple was driving out and they had gotten lost in the desert, and there was like a shipping yard of these cells that actually had toilets in them, and they were stacked up like shipping containers, miles long and miles deep. They were driving and they were filming them, and they were just stacked up all outside the desert. Some security company came upon them, tried to confiscate their cameras. All of this video has been swiped from YouTube. I'm pretty sure it can be found other places, but this is not no hoax. This is not no conspiracy theory. This is nothing. This was some real shit that they had scrubbed from the internet. So do with it as you may. Some of you guys may be able to find it. I don't like to dig too deeply, but I definitely know I saw several videos and several people sharing the video. So you cannot find that anywhere on the internet. And it was like a whole lot of 7x9 cells stacked on top of each other, like 3 high, and like a whole shipping. You couldn't. That's the only thing you could see. Okay, so let's be clear about that. Real scary. Which link doesn't work, View? Which link doesn't work? Truth and Reason. The one to the Midas touch?
Oh, okay.
Truth and Reason. Which link doesn't work? So before I clear my links. Are you talking the one to the Midas touch? Okay, let me yeah, I'm on the home page. Okay. Let me resend the link.
So Elaine says, if Trump wins, all of the platforms that provide information opposite of Trump will be shut down. All of the content creators and news stations will be silenced. America will become Russia again. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be able to control all that. And he's already telling it right now. You know what? I can go ahead and have somebody urge it. And y'all, what y'all going to do? What are y'all going to do? Okay.
And the thing about it is also, the media is some of the people who he is actually targeting. So that's anytime that they're targeting the media, what's it what does that tell you? Okay, it's working now. There's the link to the Midas Touch Network. Yeah, so people want to argue. It kills me that people want to argue about this network and that network and all of this bullshit, but you have nothing to combat the information. See, I can't suffer ignorant shit at this juncture. I just said it. I'm gonna repeat myself, but I'm not gonna suffer ignorant fools talking about a goddamn network, but you never fucking complained about all these motherfucking corporate media running the same story day after day from early morning to nighttime, but you had no complaints then. You had no complaints about Fox News telling you that the election was stolen, that Dominion voting machines were changing votes, and keeping up that lie for over 4 years until they got the dog shit sued out of them for telling that lie. But I hear no pushback. But then, motherfuckers, somebody try to tell you ignorant motherfuckers what's coming down the pipe. You hear it out of the Heritage Foundation president's own mouth, and you got something to say about the news network who bought you, the Heritage Foundation president who told you exactly what they have in plan in this 2025 Project 2025. Where did he show up? On MSNBC. So, Dry Mustard, you think I give a fuck about what you think about MSNBC? You should maybe have been watching MSNBC when the Heritage Foundation, who put together a think tank, had their president on MSNBC and absolutely agreeing that this is what they have in store. So you dumb motherfuckers out here talking about independent, different news organization and ignoring the actual news that they're putting out. Sure, nobody should get, like I said, nobody should get all their news from one organization. MSNBC, CNN, all of them piss me off about carrying one story. I have given you some alternatives, but that's all you have to talk on when we're talking about Supreme Court rulings and this. All you got to say is something about MSNBC. I think you need to go over to Big Sexy's channel. See, that was the equivalent for her of her understanding that presidential powers that the Supreme Court just ruled on dealt with things about something that happened when he wasn't president. See, maybe that type of reporting on this Supreme Court ruling is more your speed. The fuck out of here with that dumb shit. Okay, so did you see that in the back?
Yeah, but I wanted to mention something really quick, just real quick before we the thing in the back.
No, we're not going to mention that.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good. Great, because I need to study a little bit more on that before I come back with that. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish up with this part. If y'all know the news stations and the news and the fact that we have the internet and all this is all social media. If you take note, remember when he had a big old stank with Twitter because he got banned? I don't even know if he can still post on Twitter or not, but he got banned from Twitter because he was using it for his benefit. So
that's why he started his own social media pledging company called Truth Social. That's why anytime you hear him sending out something over, is on Truth Social. Let me see if this is this chick who don't know how to do a proper weave install. Hold on. Bad weave.
Oh my God.
Oh
What's
Lord,
going
not
on,
the
girl?
bonnet.
Out of all the things to say, I was like, oh my goodness. Good morning, y'all. Hey.
Good morning.
Okay, so I'm just getting here. So fill me in. Let's go. I'm ready.
I ain't got the energy. You got a red ball, girl. It's a lot. I cannot do it because I just depressed myself. I cannot do it, man. Please, red ball. I can't.
No, I'm talking about what y'all are about to talk about right now.
Oh, okay. A view got you. A view got it. A view. What were you talking about right now?
Oh, I was just saying that if you all note that the news we talk about CNN, MSNBC, and all that, all of those, and the Young Turks and all that. That's the news stations are reporting stuff as far as Trump, and he got banned from Twitter. Now, when he got banned from Twitter, he really made a big old stank about it, and you notice that he was able, like you said, he started this new station, but he was able to put all of the ratchet shit out, and it made people notice it. So now people are just like, okay, well, we don't even know where to go. I don't think it's right for people to just limit their social engagement as far as the news to just one station, to one thing. Like I heard somebody in there say they don't like Joy Barnes. I don't know why y'all don't like Joy Barnes, but you need to watch Joy Barnes. Some people don't like MSNBC. Some people don't like the Young Turks. You have to look at a variety of different stations and things to form your opinion, because they're going to let you know what you don't like about whatever the topic is. So if you just limit yourself to just watching one source, you're not gonna expand yourself and understand really what's going on. Because when I was younger, we only had Wall Street Journal, two different Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, like two or three newspapers, and I always was a person that I watched and read four different newspapers: the local paper, the state newspaper, the Washington Post, the Journal, and then another one I can't think, something more liberal. And then that helps you form your opinion, especially if you're doing research on a particular topic. So I need y'all to not just say, I'm not going to watch this because I don't like them. They're this and that. You still need to be open to that, because they might provide something that you didn't see, and it will provide you something to have for discussion.
And you still have to understand the descending view, so you can know what, like, liberal news media is also doing the same thing to their audience. They're pumping, it's just all a big mess. And what do you have to say, UNC girl?
Oh, hello.
Nothing.
Right? No, but I did find out, probably from Twitter though, that
There goes Twitter.
Don't judge me. But after
I know, right? I like it though.
love that shit. But after, I'm so off topic. Sorry, Ronnie, I don't care though. But like after the BET Awards that I also did not watch, but there was so many people finally finding out about Project 2025. And I just thought, wow, they found out from a damn award show about it when this has been known and talked about for a while now. So I was like y'all are saying, like people just have to get their news how the hell they get it, you know?
Yeah,
You got to be open and look at a lot of stuff. Don't just limit yourself to one thing.
Yeah, and people. I hope people start talking about this type of stuff. I didn't know. I didn't watch the BET Awards. Sure, I don't even use Twitter, but I see some stories that come across Twitter, especially when it goes viral and things like that. I'm just not a Twitter person, so yeah, it's all good. Get it where you can, because people are really playing games and stuff. I don't. UNC girl, I don't know how long ago were you here when I was playing those news clips?
No, Ronnie Q. I literally got out of my bed, washed my face and brushed my teeth, and grabbed my laptop, and I am talking to you. I saw nothing.
Well, you did better than Brooke Valentine does. You may have healthy teeth and gums for the remainder of your life. You may not. Okay, listen, let me tell you. I need you to red ball. I have dropped the link to these what I was playing, and it was about the Supreme Court ruling and what things that it may hold for us. Yeah. So yeah, that's my news for today. Is there anything else that you want to add on the fuckery that we have been seeing going around these past couple of days, this weekend, and yesterday. I talked about Jay Wilson entertaining those floozies from the other sector who sat up there and told him 50-11 lies, told him one lie the first time, and then half a minute later they told him the total opposite, and he is so greedy. He is such a fucking thirst bucket that he sat up there and he couldn't even distinguish when they actually sat up there and told him lies, because Jay Wilson also said that they wanted to call the beef sector the poverty sector, but he said, oh no, because I'm not poor and I'm here beefing for dollars. So that's how the beef sector came about. So he implied that the beef sector came about because he said, no, I'm not poor and I'm beefing for dollars. So those are some of the things I talked about, and I talked about the content of them lying motherfuckers that he had up there on his panel.
First of all,
I talked about. Hold on one second, if you. I also talked about the fact that Pisshole got caught begging in the chat for $80, and her and Jay Wilson got into a little fight over on Honest Road's channel, and he was reading her down for the fact of her life. She put in an open chat that she needed $80 for groceries, and then the Miss Obnoxious called herself doing a cryptic back chat live where she was showing different phone numbers of people who called her, and then she slipped up and showed this text message where she asked Pizarro, what's going on with your pizza? And then Pizarro tells her, I'm mad. I asked for $60 because my husband called me saying he had a flat tire, and in mind that wait a minute, and keep in mind that it's a brand new tire that he just got. Wait a minute, it's an MF and brand new tire he's just got out on his work van. So I asked for help. Now they trying to drag me. No, bitch, you asked for $80 for grocery. Now, so the Miss O is coming to her rescue, and that's why I haven't came back, because I'm helping him right now. But then Shakim Ra is obviously the person. It looks like he sent her money. Okay, so then when she does come back, she comes back with what? A pop-up challenge, no less.
First, so many questions, but okay. So many. Once again, so is this a used tire? Like, what tire only costs $60?
I was just going to say, first of all, it's a brand new tire, but it costs $60. It's the work van, but the job ain't paying to get the goddamn new tire.
I love it. I love it. Get it how you live. Go ahead.
Now, did you see that Lady Snoop stood on his row up, and she was supposed to take him skating, but she did no such thing?
I mean,
a view you dropped off.
No, View, come back with those.
View, come back.
I wouldn't want to go skating with her. You're not gonna fall down and hurt yourself on my watch. No.
Did you see her fucking upper thigh was the same diameter as her calves?
Stop it.
Oh my God, they were. And did you see that chat summary is getting better now? Various people are giving Brooke criticism regarding her baby being fake, while also accusing her of being jealous of Ronnie Q and trying to run people's lives. Brooke is trying to stand up for herself and retaliate, but she is struggling to get her point across and is being overwhelmed by the backlash. See, chat summary is getting more accurate. I talked about that.
I wish Brooke would relax. Did you talk about Lolo?
And the $40?
Yes, that had me shook.
I don't even know why people deal with that that bleached out baboon face motherfucker. I just really don't know why they deal with her. I mean him.
Same thing. I don't either. And then I hate when people be doing all this begging behind the scenes. I can say at least Pizarro would do it in the front and just be like, I'm a begging bitch, But all this behind the scenes begging, it always comes back out. Just stop. Get some help. Oh, exactly, Indigo. I don't know what kind of tires they have. It has to be a very used tire, even though it's supposed to be a new one and it's bad. What the hell?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had too many tabs open and that shit kicked me out. I apologize.
Oh, that's that dude. Hey, what a BBL at? I thought he got a BBL.
Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean
Look.
to. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm gonna drop you down. I refuse to have that face up there. Change that avatar. I refuse you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would rather have absolutely not. Thank you. I would much rather have that squirrel up there. Do not have.
My computer just went off. I apologize, Miss Ronicky, but anyway, can we talk about real quick? I probably just came back in. Like I said, I had too many windows open. But why the fuck is goddamn Jay Wilson on here talking about he created the goddamn beef sector? Jay Wilson, you just sit your motherfucking ass down, nigga. You didn't create anything. Where the fuck were you when the goddamn creation was being occurred? No, ma'am, no, sir, no motherfucking hunting. We so sick of your motherfucking stupid ass getting on here anytime you feel like it. You want to puff your goddamn thing and think you want to get these goddamn accolades to creating this motherfucking ratchet shit that we doing over here in the goddamn B sector, nigga. No, you don't even know if you're a goddamn pastor, a church choir, or a motherfucking queen, same gender loving, or wherever the fuck. You need to sit your goddamn ass down and shut the fuck up. You over here trying to let people know like you all important and relevant and shit. You did not create the goddamn B sector, so stop motherfucking lying, bitch.
Yeah, and then the simple fact that he said, well, you know, I came on here and I said I was beefing for dollars, and then somebody in the chat remind me that beefing for dollars was Miss Gina's term, and he stole that from her, and he sat up there and told them floozies that, well, no, you know, and that's how the beef sector came about. I was like, this Negro here is out of control.
Listen, isn't the goddamn religion part of history? And you can't even get goddamn history straight. I need to see what kind of GPA you got with that goddamn doctoral degree in the motherfucking theology. No, ma'am, no, sir, no motherfucking honey. You can't even get a goddamn simple thing within 10 years correct. You are spreading misinformation, girl. The fuck? Oh, I hate him sometimes. I find him funny sometimes, but when he gets on this whole rant, like he's sitting there like the goddamn church lady with a goddamn fan on, child, I done let me know, let me let y'all know, rocking in the chair, let me let y'all know how this has started. Okay? You were not sitting up there when they started this motherfucking ratchet shit. It just fell up on here, okay? The beef sector with the Section 8 sector, the goddamn Amon Wiggins, Wiley, and all that shit. It just evolved, Wilson. And you don't have to feel like you got to be the one taking claim. You're the one that's created everything. Okay? You stay focused on your goddamn same gender loving, and you can't even say that you motherfucking gay. That you can't even say you're a homosexual. You hung up on goddamn same gender loving. You motherfucking back in the goddamn Stone Age and shit. Oh my God, you get on my damn nerves right now. And fuck you. And I saw them goddamn videos you did about me, nigga. I ain't say nothing about it because you're irrelevant to me. Okay, thank you. I ain't had my coffee yet, but anyway.
You had some edibles?
No, I didn't have any edibles yet. This is just me, Miss Ronnie. I am a real person that's not high off of caffeine or edibles. This is me. I am very passionate. I'm sensitive about my shit. Go ahead. And don't be talking about my goddamn crayons. I don't even color with goddamn crayons. Okay, go ahead, y'all. This is just me. I'm being funny.
So UNC girl, we had a we had a lot. We conversed about several different things. Is there anything else that you saw that we may have that you found interesting?
Just to tap on what View was just saying, I did watch some majority of Jay Wilson's live yesterday. You're probably wondering which one. The one that had like Olivia and all them other people on the link. So I guess like it's midday one. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But
right.
It was very interesting to me that people don't want to talk about these freaks, but they sure do invite them on and ask them 112 questions. And I was sitting here like, well, ain't you part of the problem now? Because now you feed them. You know, so
That's why I don't have them on my channel. You had MBK on in the first day. You were talking about doing a whole show with him, and he came on several different times. Go sit down somewhere. If you don't want to talk about him, you wouldn't be talking about him. And I'm talking about you because you're a fool to continue to have them. Well, I like you. I like how many millions of times did he tell that chick who lied in his face forward and backwards, and he's too obtuse to even hear the lies, that I like you. He was too busy sitting up there like an old fucking ninny hen up there taking in all the information, thought he was getting tea, and thinking that, well, come on over to Daughters and get my approval. I don't like them, but I like you. You all right, girl. I kind of like you, girl. Yeah,
he's like Trump. He is like a little beef sector trumpet. Okay.
Now, did you hear when that dingbat told a View is not a View, Olivia, she said, well, me and non-binary, we're not cool anymore, and everybody know that that's his left hand, so we're not cool anymore. And then Olivia goes, oh, what do you mean? She said, you over there laughing and grinning with him and stuff. And then she said, well, I always laugh because they say I'm always silly, and they say I'm, because they call me silly all the time. And then she said, you ain't laughing now? How come you ain't laughing now then? I thought I would die. That was the quote. That's why I named that was the quote of the century. Olivia shut her all the way up with that simple quote. And she was pissed at Olivia. She kept trying, just like both of them old blabbermouth bitches. Anytime you're making sense, they talk over you. No. That's not, you're not playing that. Go sit your ass down somewhere and shut the fuck up and get the fuck off my channel. That is the only thing that they had. Now they're gonna act like, oh, you told Olivia, no, they did nothing. She sat up there and looked like a lying fool, and everybody with any common sense knew that she was up there telling lies back and forth. I'm sorry, but I asked you.
Girl, and that okay. So what Olivia was saying and Reed, like digging in her ass, I was loving it, right? Because
I didn't see Reed digging her. She wasn't on there with Reed. She had left when Reed got her. Or is that right?
No, Reed was up there.
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, Reed came up, like she wasn't there for a long time. Her phone battery, girl. Anyways, so she wasn't up there for long, but Reed came up there and had some facts for her ass too. And it was funny because I don't know if it was Reed or was it Olivia. It was one of them. But like some kind of way it came up, or maybe this is a different life, whatever. But some kind of way it came up where like how the girl, I don't know what to call her. That thing. Anyways, well, not that thing, but the girl. So anyway, she was like at Brianna's one day last week, just giggling and after every single time she says something, she does that hyena laugh, and it's just like, oh my god. But then like when she went up over there to binaries, she was like playing with him, and somebody on Jay Wilson's live brought that up. And I was just like, yes. And she was just like, well, you can go ask Brianna. Like I wasn't playing around. Like I was very serious. And it was like, no, you weren't. And it was funny that she wasn't giggling and cackling like she normally does on Jay Wilson's yesterday. I was like, this bitch is faking up.
It's a whole lot of bullshit. And Jay Wilson is part of the problem over there. Giving them all, and I'm just done.
I can't believe that the people are using Brianna as a voice of understanding or reason, or a Wilson. Like, I feel like we need to just throw all them bitches away and get some new people. I mean, not new people like the people that we just got. People that are already here that are established. Some of y'all comment people need to step up, okay? I'm just saying, y'all need to rotate and get up on your goddamn channels and make goddamn videos and shit, because I'm so sick of this motherfucking. Oh, so anytime we're going to talk about anything around here, it's got to be Brianna, it's got to be the spaceship, it's got to be these fucking idiots that sound stupid, that is begging. What kind of I know we glad we got a break from goddamn Vegas Gate. Is Ro okay? Where the fuck is he at right now? But anyway, I'm I don't know. I'm all over the place. I have not had coffee and I have not had an edible. This is me, child.
Well, yeah. So that's really like all we talked about. I was about to say, I wonder if you saw yesterday. Oh, I forgot what I was. I forgot, but yeah, that's all I got.
It was so much yesterday, and I feel like I don't even know how to categorize it, how to really put it all in order. Because I like to summarize my day before I go to bed, but it was just so much yesterday. Because we got Wilson doing this goddamn world tour and shit, like he's a goddamn ambassador for the beef sector, which he allegedly created. And then we got the Miss Things lady going around. Okay, and then we got what else? The Roe. I don't know. Have we finished the door on Roe yet? Have we finished him? Then we got the other lady.
Oh, he should be home. So that's all I got. That you know, you got a red ball. It's a lot. A lot of
Okay, I'm gonna go
overwhelming
now. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Well,
Sorry I
golly. No,
well, I
it's
don't know. I don't know if you want some alone time with baddest weave. She got the
that ain't my Negro.
Y'all are funny.
I was about to roll out. I thank you, viewers view and the baddest weave. It's always a pleasure. You're more than welcome to come up at any time. You're free.
Because I ain't trying to be a panel whore, Ronnie Q. No, ma'am. I got my own channel. I can be my whore. I can whore on my own goddamn channel. Okay.
It's always a pleasure to have both of you ladies.
I love you.
It was fun, Ronnie Q. I will bread ball since you're giving me homework. Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah. It's just really stressful for me at this time. Some of this stuff, had me snapping because somebody. I can't do it. I really can't do it. I can only go through. Yeah, maybe I do. I maybe have to reconsider my constitution because I'm telling you, I'm getting stressed out behind this fuck shit
Just
that
don't grab them in the
our
wussy.
nation is going through.
Just don't grab. Why is my president over here talking about some grabbing people in the wussy? Like, I don't even want to even call that motherfucker when he was the president. Remember when he was getting off the airplanes grabbing people in the wussy, and we thought it was okay because he was reporting about it on the social media. He needs to not be on social media. I don't want my president on social media like that. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's his own. That's his own social media. He goes on True Social, and I hear that it's failing. It has so few people. It's just like an echo chamber that he created because he was banned from Twitter. So, if you notice, his post that comes out is on his own channel. So,
they're making a big deal about the fact that his wife was not there. Do we really give a fuck about that square face Ice Cube looking bitch?
No.
What?
No. Not at all. Not at all. And I don't expect to see her no time soon. I don't even think I don't give a fuck. It's a lot. Yeah.
It's so much going on. Like I have my own fears, but it's gonna be okay. I hope. I don't think so. But yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So thank you guys for coming up.
Thank you.
Last words.
Oh, I did hit. Oh no. Go I was trying to hit the leave button, but then you said last words. I think I said my last words. I'm gonna go ahead and make me a pot of coffee, and I might make some banana nut pancakes and some turkey bacon for breakfast. And that's all I got for you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Pam. I'll see you around the YouTube streets. Thank you for coming up.
All right, thank you so much. All right, bye, baddest week. Bye.
My last words would be thank you for having me. I am so proud of myself for being awake right now. And as far as I am concerned, I can't wait until these people are done destroying everyone. Y'all have a great day. And when I say these people, I'm talking about in the real world and on YouTube. Have a good one, Ronnie.
All right. Bye, Izzy girl.
Bye.
All right. Thank you guys all for coming out. If you want to support the channel, you can hashtag $Ronnie Q. And I appreciate you guys for being here. And I'm going over to kick it over at KRN's, and there's the link if you guys want to join. And thank you for coming out. I appreciate the conversations. We will have more conversations on what's going on the YouTube street and in the real world, of course. I appreciate your support. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you around. Okay, we're out of here.